All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another new episode of the Anination podcast. Tonight, we're going to be doing some amazing stuff, especially with what's happening over at Cinemacon last week.
Oh yes, I'm gonna say this right now. Cinemacon has definitely delivered in terms of the massive amount of movie news that we're gonna be delving into for most of
I
this
mean,
podcast.
we did one last year too, and it makes sense to do it again because I feel like this time around they just continue giving out more news about movies coming out this year.
And since we're big fans of not just animation but cinema as a whole, it does make sense for us to have this as our annual tradition in our podcast.
All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this episode rolling. All right. Well, hi everyone. My name is Nate, and welcome everyone to the Anination podcast.
What is up, y'all? How y'all doing in the nation world? I hope y'all having a fantastic April. And yes, we pretty much got a whole chunk of news coming your way.
Because it's just mostly about Cinemacon, and it does make a lot of sense because like most of the Hollywood companies just went all out there just to give out the movies that everybody's looking forward to, especially in the world of animation and a bunch of like other movies that kind of interest us a little bit.
Oh yeah, so this CinemaCon is definitely the convention for film buffs by film buffs.
You know what? I'm wondering, why didn't you want to go to CinemaCon?
The reason why I didn't want to go to CinemaCon was that, well, obviously I wanted to save up, and another thing too is that I haven't been to CinemaCon. It's just I don't have the money to travel.
Also, it's like $1,000 to even like attend it. So, but you do get a lot of free perks. I'm seeing people with like gift bags and like a lot of freebies that comes with the movie premiere. You also get to see celebrities that are over there too.
Yeah, and I'm happy for those that did go. I hope you all had a fantastic time. But it's just that for me, I view it as more of a bucket list sort of thing.
It'll happen. It'll happen eventually, but the Animation Podcast needs to get like more subscribers to get us over there. So please, if you're watching right now, hit the subscribe button and also spread the word to your friends about our Animation Podcast, because it's actually, we're just trying to make sure y'all are informed about the world of animation every episode we do here.
Yeah, it definitely is a big help. Yeah,
indeed. All right, so as we always do, we always catch up with ourselves. So how was your week been?
My weekend has been relatively the same, somewhat.
Sorry, there's no Lotus Juice this week, okay?
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no Lotus Juice this week, but there is still some bit of anime goodness to come from my weekend because, of course, I just got back into watching Crunchyroll again. It's been a while, old friend.
Yeah, I remember, like, we were talking about, like, you just hopping onto Netflix, and I was just thinking, like, that you just cancel your Crunchyroll subscription, and what's so funny is that you now got back into it.
Yes, and there are actually two. You're asking why I didn't cancel Crunchyroll. Well, I can give you two reasons. Number one, Kowloon generic romance. Number two, My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
Okay, now it makes sense for My Hero Academia Vigilantes because it's not airing in any other like streaming service right now, but the other anime I'd never heard of. So
I haven't either, but it looks pretty experimental. It looks pretty, the animation definitely looks like something out of a retro anime, and I just can't help but love it. And also, I like the plot of, Kowloon generic romance about how you have these two real estate agents who are in their 30s as the main protagonists. And as someone who is in his 30s himself, I really do admire animes that have characters that are my age.
You know what anime you should watch because of this? Wotakoi.
Wotakoi, not only have I seen the anime, but I also have the manga collection.
I'm telling you, like, it's like Wotakoi, but like, again, apparently real estate agents.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought it up because, yes, Wotakoi is another fantastic anime and manga series that I just can't help but adore because of the age range of the characters. And so I look at this and I think to myself, like, going back to Kowloon generic romance, not only is the romance interesting, but also the atmosphere about how, like, you have this, like, old but nostalgia town surrounding it. And also there's this mystery aspect that makes it intriguing. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep on watching that. And also My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I get to be the one to say that...
I think it's kind of already a given because, like, all of My Hero Academia fans will want to see the sub-story of Vigilantes, considering that these are not people with quirks. Yeah. These are actual, like, real humans that want to be superheroes.
And I get to be the one to say this, but I was there. I was there when the manga was getting published, and I remember going to the library to borrow some volumes. I had a blast with it. I even cosplayed the Crawler for a Fanime convention in 2019. And I'm so glad they finally get an anime adaptation.
I mean, it took a while, honestly, because you said you saw the first manga came out in 2019, which is great, but then like in 2025 the anime comes out, so it took them like 6 years to finally get that anime adaptation.
It took them 6 years, but we finally got it.
I'm still wondering like how they wait. Have you caught up with the manga of Vigilantes?
I haven't caught up with the manga.
So I'm kind of wondering, like, after we get to see the heroes, what missions do they do? Do they even meet up with the UA students? You know, because like, you know, this is just a separate side story with these guys, with the Crawler and the other two heroes that were also there too.
Yeah, the Crawler, Popstep, and Knuckle Duster. Knuckle Duster is such a badass. He's like the Batman of My Hero Academia. In that he's a vigilante and he doesn't show, you know, any mercy towards the bad guys. Like he beats them down.
Kind of looks like Bane, honestly.
He's Bane if he was a good guy.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that we got it, and of course I'm gonna be watching even more of it because I'm a fan of vigilantes. So yeah. How about you, Nate? How was your weekend?
Let's see. Well, Saturday was kind of memorable. I watched the movie Snow White for the first time. I have to say this though, with all the hate that's been going on with the Snow White movie, it's not that bad. Like, I can understand why a lot of folks kind of say like it sucks just because, well, a lot of pre-talk with the whole, you know, dwarfism thing that was going on. You know, Rachel Zegler being, well, you know, whatever she was in social media and stuff like that. But when I watched the movie, I was like, it's good-ish. Like, there's some musical numbers, you know, that makes the songs good. What was it? They put a lot more story to the prince, which I thought was great, but at the same time, I didn't like the story of the prince. It kind of felt like he was like Flynn Rider from Tangled.
Yeah, so, when I looked at him in the trailer, I thought to myself, this definitely gives me some Flynn Rider vibes.
No, because like in the original Snow White movie, you don't ever get a story with the prince. He just shows up on a well with Snow White.
Yeah, he's more of a background character than anything else.
Right. But then every point of the story in Snow White actually happens. So you get to see Snow White running into the woods. Meeting up with the dwarves. The dwarves are mining as they always do. The queen wants to find Snow White. You get to see her turn into an old woman. You get the poisonous apple, and then you get the kiss scene and everything. Yeah. So they did tackle some stuff here and there, which is great. They actually have the storyline of Snow White, but I have it to my projector here. Sorry, they had the story of Snow White, but there was a lot of things that were extra in there. Like I said, the prince being a thief was something. Again, if it's spoilers, I don't care. I'm pretty sure you guys were not going to watch Snow White anyway. The prince is a thief, and I don't know why. Again, Flynn Rider references here and there. I don't like Gal Gadot's acting in Snow White either. I don't think she was actually a perfect queen to say. Like, she's trying to do her best to be the queen, and I'm like, didn't really work out for me for some reason. Then there was like something that happens after the kiss, which I was like, this is so odd.
Yeah.
Because remember, what happens after the kiss? The evil queen dies, and it's happily ever after. But this time around, it's like, why am I looking at this, and why is it so different compared to the one I saw at the ending of the original Snow White movie? So there's a lot of things that were extra that I thought was unnecessary. Yes, it was a pretty bad movie, but I thought it was okay. And that's why, like, again, that's like my big review about it. So I watched Snow White. Me and Jess were okay with it. And then, like, she didn't like it. I was like, I'm okay with it. This is a Disney film. I got to support Disney somewhat. Yes, this is one of Disney's worst. I wouldn't say it's as bad compared to, like, the other Disney live-action films. But it's kind of there in that bad range when it comes to the live-action Snow White movie. So I did that on Saturday. Sunday, hanged out with a couple friends, and that was it. And then Tuesday, literally yesterday, I was watching the Minecraft movie. So I have to say this. My whole weekend was just full of bad movies. Like, was it Minecraft, the Snow White? Oh, I have to say this, guys. In defense here, I am a person who literally just I've never played Minecraft. I only was there just because Jess wanted to see the actress who's
Emma Myers.
Emma Myers, who's Enid from Wednesday. We wanted to support her, I guess. But I know she was a huge fan of Wednesday, so I was like, okay, fine, we'll go ahead and watch it. I came into that movie theater and I was like, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
So, but by the way, I mean, you watched it too.
Yeah, I watched one, but I didn't watch the other. I watched Minecraft because, unlike Snow White, I'm actually wanting to give money to this movie just to see how it is, because I refuse to watch Snow White.
Okay, first off, are you okay with giving money to the Minecraft movie? Like,
The thing is that the reason why I watched
you never even played the freaking game either.
I never played the game, but I wanted to have time to myself, especially on a Sunday where it's a chill Sunday. So I thought, okay, I'll just go see a movie theater. What's in it? Okay, Minecraft. I'm gonna see how it is. And so
were you in a theater full of kids?
I was in a theater that was packed, and it was mostly kids.
Yeah, just like me too.
Yeah. So I took a look at the Minecraft movie, and while there are a few things that I genuinely thought what I liked about it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the Minecraft movie is bad. Like Minecraft is really bad.
I'm kind of wondering, how do you guys like this movie? Because everything for that movie, it's meant for kids for sure.
Yeah, this just screams kids movie.
Because like all the jokes miss. Like you get to see Jason Momoa being a all-time gamer in 1989, and he's like a low-life person trying to steal jewels and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. That's the only thing I think I like about the movie is that Jason Momoa. But then, like, when you start at the beginning of the movie, Jack Black is literally Steve, and he's just mining through the mines, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And then also, the humor really does miss because there are jokes that either drag on for too long, or the jokes just don't land because they're repetitive.
Right. I didn't get it at all. Like, even the beginning, like, when you see the beginning of the movie, you get to see Jack Black be Steve, like, mining through the mines and fighting Minecraft, making his own world, and then getting caught, making sure this dog goes to the real world and hides Minecraft world or something.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to say this, no offense to Emma Myers, she's a wonderful actress, but her character is so forgettable.
Yeah, me too. I don't like her. I love Emma Myers, but like the acting,
she doesn't do any favors.
It does nothing. I get it. Like she's the big sister to the other main protagonist in the movie.
Like the actress deserves better. The material she's given, she deserves better material.
Like the three side actors, the other characters that were also in the movie, like. They're forgettable for sure. Yeah. Like, well, I mean, the little kid, yes, he's very creative and can do his own thing. But, like, the focus was Jack Black and Jason Momoa just because they're the A-list actors and all.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this. Jack Black as Steve does have fun with the role, but then it's just Jack Black as Jack Black with a blue shirt. Like, I don't look at him
But then, like,
Steve.
Steve wears blue. Yes. Steve wears blue, and then, like, the way the fit works, I'm like, I don't think Steve has a beard. They don't even do anything to actually make him look like the Steve that I see in, like, Super Smash Brothers or Minecraft, you know?
Like, I've never played any Minecraft at all, but there are a few things that I kind of dug. I already mentioned Jack Black does have fun with the role. You can't hate on Jack Black for it. And plus, there are a few songs that I actually do kind of dig. I kind of enjoyed them.
Okay, first off, why do we need the songs?
La 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 lava, chicken. They're so catchy. I
get it. Like, this is a Jack Black song. Kids are going to be attracted to the song. Cool. Okay. And I don't get it. Like, every freaking movie I go with, Jack Black always sings something. Like, look, Kung Fu Panda 4, he sang freaking Baby One More Time at the last.
Which was one of the few good aspects of Kung Fu Panda 4. While Kung Fu Panda 4 is garbage, I'll never get tired of listening to Jack Black's Baby One More Time.
Okay, there's that. And then, look, every freaking movie, I just keep seeing Jack Black, and I think he does, like, a song in every freaking movie. Like, I get the whole fact about the whole lava chicken song because it's Jack Black singing it. So there's that. And there's, like, a bunch of songs there that I thought was okay. And then, like, when you compare it to Snow White was... I don't know if it's necessary, honestly, because like you see Snow White I'm going back to Snow White here for a sec, but I know they did a lot of musical songs in Snow White for the remake, and I'm like, some are good. I mean, Rachel Zegler's Snow White, actually, the song that she sang in that movie was actually pretty good. But then like you see Gal Gadot's song, you get to see the princess song, you get to see like the dwarf song. I mean, hi ho, oh, come on, that's a classic, and the good thing that they actually put that song in there. It's off to work we go. The song.
I'm not going to compare the two movies because not only have I not seen one and I've watched the other, it's not just because of that. It's also because they're two different movies. So it would be kind of, unfair.
But I mean, okay, look, the Snow White did a better time with the songs, honestly. Snow White did a better time with the songs, but I don't think they're necessary. And then for the Minecraft movie, look, it's just to appeal to kids. I guess kids are going to love to sing Lava Chicken all the time now.
And plus... okay, 2 words for you. Chicken jockey.
Okay. You're going to be going, oh. Okay, that's the freaking... Okay, this is where I put my freaking fist down because I was annoyed, honestly. I was so annoyed because so many freaking kids and grown adults were freaking saying... When they hear chicken jockey, everyone's going, oh my God. And I'm like it's a good thing I'm in the front because I was actually watching it like literally in the front row. If I was in the back, I could probably hear popcorn or something like popping out of nowhere because everybody's gonna freak out about the chicken jockey coming out.
Yeah, there was something where the moment the chicken jockey came out and then everyone was screaming, like there wasn't much uproar in my theater, but when I look at it, I think to myself,
what? Really? You said you had a bunch of kids in your theater. I thought they were gonna scream.
There were kids like cheering, but I feel like they had more energy when I never forget when I was watching the movie. There were like a group of kids in the middle. I was in the back. When Jack Black was saying, "I am Steve."
Oh yeah, I hear a lot of that too.
You hear these group of kids screaming, "I am Steve," and then you hear them cheer, and I'm just like, that is one dedicated fan base. That is one passionate.
I get it.
Fan base.
Minecraft was there for a very long time, but I'm like, oh my god, this is just. I just remember like this is. I have to look back in my mind because like when I was watching the movie, I was just like, this is for kids. This is definitely for kids. I just want to make sure this is definitely for kids because I come in and I'm like, I already just started feeling bad when I first saw Jack Black as Steve. Like, he wanted to go in the mines, but he can't. So he grew up. I love that fucking opening too, because it's like, I grew up and I had this boring job, and then I remembered it's time for me to go back to the mines, and I'm like, that already gave me a bad feeling with that introduction that I saw.
Yeah, story wise, it just doesn't work. I agree, but like I'm gonna be honest, like when you take the song out of context, it's something you can't help but jam to.
Okay, no, I'm talking about the introduction. Yeah. You know, like when you first saw the first 5 minutes, say for example the first 5 minutes of the movie, like you've had a feeling like this wasn't gonna look good, right?
Yeah, the build up of Steve, like the introduction was rather weak. It tells you that the story itself isn't going to be that great, and it really does show. Like when you watch it from beginning to end, it is a weak storyline with weak characters.
Yeah, and then like 5 more characters come into the movie and they try their best to, try to help Steve and try to make sure that this underworld thing, the underworld of pigs don't rule over Minecraft world or something.
Yeah, and
I remember hearing Steve say overworld and underworld. I don't know. I am not part of the Minecraft-verse folks.
Yeah.
So I never know about Minecraft. I'm only a person who just plays Fortnite all day. So
I've never played any Minecraft either, so I know 0 to none about Minecraft.
Yeah, so when you come in, you're kind of thinking like, okay, I can understand everybody reviewing the movie thinking it's bad, and I agree with everybody, it is bad.
Yeah, it's rather lame, but let's be honest, like how often do you see a baby zombie riding a chicken?
I mean, apparently, according to Minecraft, it's literally rare to actually find that.
It's rare, and I can see why. It actually looks rather interesting. It looks awesome.
I don't fucking care. I just hear chicken jockey, everyone's go screaming. And also, what's up with the flint and steel? Because like I remember like when Jack Black goes flint and steel, and then everybody roars. I'm like, what?
Flint and steel.
And then everybody roars again. Oh my god, what the fuck am I? What is up with the flint and steel? Are we supposed to open a portal with a flint and steel? Is that what it is?
Now here's the thing. While the script itself is rather weak, but I'm gonna be honest, the way Jack Black delivers his lines is actually with passion. He has fun with the role.
Okay, yes. That's the thing about Jack Black. He is passionate with the role, which like is cool. He's motivated. He wants to be Steve. He's like trying to be like the friendly character Steve, you know?
Yeah.
He's trying to be friendly. He's trying to help that little boy out, even if Jason Momoa was having was trying to like haggle with Steve, you know?
What was with Jason Momoa's character?
I don't know about that either. I just found him to be very funny in that movie.
He's very lame.
I know he is very lame, and he's trying to be show offy, but like I do like him in that movie. Like he's very funny. That's all I can say.
I found Jack Black funny.
Everybody else sucks. Everybody else freaking sucks.
Jack Black does not suck. Jack Black does not suck.
Jack Black is like 50-50 to me, versus like everybody else who was in that movie. They suck. Even freaking Jennifer Coolidge, who actually was in the movie too. And I'm like, that storyline didn't make no sense either. Why do we need a subpar storyline about this one freaking like woman who got divorced and is about to marry a villager?
My dude, you're 100% on point. Like you could have removed that particular side story, it would not have changed a thing. Yeah, I was so annoyed by it. Not just with Jennifer Coolidge, herself being annoying in that movie, but also like the villager himself, like being on a date with Jennifer Coolidge. Where did this come from? It feels weird. I don't like it at all.
Also, I hated the ending too, because apparently he knows English, and I'm like,
just why? No, I'm sorry, but like that is quite possibly one of the worst aspects of Minecraft movie ever. I don't buy the romance. It doesn't contribute to the story. It didn't need to be there. Other than around the fill time.
It definitely didn't need to be there. And I'm just like, I felt the movie was a mess. It's an absolute mess. Like, I couldn't get the story. Like, I get the plot line, but like there were so many ups and downs in the plot line that makes me think I can't enjoy it. Like, I this is like one of the first movies that I hated watching. Because like, I come into every movie like with a good face, saying like, hey, I want to see this movie, I'm interested. Because of the whole, so the reason why I was interested in actually watching the whole Minecraft movie is because of the success it had. And I'm like, okay, cool, it's successful, it got #1 in the world, so I wanted to check it out. And I wanted my money back, honestly.
Yeah, same. I actually, the success of the movie is what got me curious to go check it out at a time that I did. But yeah, I watched this and I think to myself, yeah, it's very weak. Like, the Minecraft movie is a lame movie. I don't like it either.
Yeah,
but there are some few aspects in which I enjoyed, but they don't redeem the movie.
No, it doesn't redeem the movie at all. Like, everything in that movie just felt so that I don't know. I just wasn't enjoying myself. And it also could be because of the audience too. Because guys, freaking, I get it. Kids are there. Yeah. They're wanting to enjoy the movie, which is great. But god damn, this was so annoying. Every freaking person there screaming for like all the things.
You haven't seen nothing yet. So apparently there was this viral video in which the moment that Jack Black says chicken jockey, you see a whole bunch of rowdy teenagers like screaming their hands off and throwing popcorn everywhere.
Yeah.
And then it got so bad up to a point where the police had to get involved.
Yeah, I remember seeing that viral video too. So.
It's like, god damn, not even the Sonic or Mario movies got this crazy.
That's what I'm trying to also look at too, because the Sonic movies didn't have any crazy fans. I mean, there were some Sonic fans who probably gonna be like on their seats saying, "Yeah, I remember this from the game, woo!"
Yeah, but you're not gonna see them throw any snacks or anything.
No, it's nothing like that. And even in the Mario Brothers movie, you guys were all calm. Like, nobody was freaking out about Peach learning firepower or anything like that.
Actually, when my friend and I went to see it, us and the audience, we screamed at some scenes, but we didn't get up to the point where we would throw snacks everywhere.
It's not like, for example, okay, so if you're very, very excited, you do that. Yeah. That's the thing. But no, I'm in the point where I'm just like, I get it. This is supposed to be for kids. Like, this movie's supposed to be for kids. I was not the intended audience, and it makes sense why. So, and yeah, look, I know some of you guys who are watching are probably Minecraft fans, are gonna probably say like, Nate's probably doing the lamest thing out there. But this is from a person who actually just watches movies and stuff. Like, and again, I did say this before, I'm not a Minecraft person, never played Minecraft. So coming in here, I was just blank about what Minecraft's all about.
Yeah, and like, I just watched this as a moviegoer and as someone who is a gamer. So there's a gaming side of me that wanted to check out Minecraft just to see how it is and everything. But it's just that... and the way I look at it is that it's not for me, but it's definitely for kids and the diehard Minecraft fans. Yeah. It's for them, but it's not for me.
And I have to say this, though. I mean, this whole weekend, I was just mostly watching bad movies from Snow White and Minecraft. And the one thing that I have to say, I actually like Snow White better than Minecraft movies.
Ooh, bit of a hot take,
Yes. Because I just feel like the story of the Snow White movie was so, like, I don't know, just because, like, I had the remembrance of what the Snow White movie was when I watched it when I was, like, a little kid. And it did hit most of the points. Like, she was stuck in a castle, the evil queen was there. What was it? She had to go find the dwarves. She died, she got kissed and resurrected. Those kind of things. And I'm like, okay, cool. They actually did put Snow White. Sorry, they did do the remake of Snow White movie as just like the animated movie, but with a bunch of things extra that I didn't think it was necessary that kind of ruined the film. That's the thing. But then when I would come to the Minecraft movie, I'm like, what the fuck is this? It doesn't make any sense. I saw the characters that I was supposed to see, like Steve, which was okay with Steve. These other folks that made things funny, cool. Who are the zombies? Who are those things that explode? The creepers, the Minecraft. Again, like it stinks because like if I was a person who like is there to watch it for the first time, it makes me think about actually playing Minecraft. But now it makes me think I don't want to play Minecraft anymore. There.
Yeah, I'm still not going to play Minecraft. Like, no matter how the movie turned out, I'm not someone who would get into Minecraft. I do see the appeal of the Minecraft game and somewhat the movie, give or take, you know, like given it's for kids and for the diehard Minecraft fans. But yeah, the Minecraft movie just wasn't for me. And as for the Snow White movie, the only time I'll see it is when it hits Disney Plus, and that's only when I have time to see it, if I have time to see it.
Yeah, my thing is like I enjoyed Snow White more. That's all I can say. I even said it to like everybody out there, and then some people are kind of questioning me like, why didn't you like the Minecraft movie? And I told them like I never played Minecraft. I was just there to watch a good movie. I wanted to see what the numbers are all for, and I understand why, because families are out. The reason why it was the the number one movie in the world is because so many families went out to the theaters to watch the movie. Yeah. And I think that was the only hit movie in the theaters that weekend.
And plus the Minecraft brand name is so popular. It's been a popular game for a decade. Like ever since its release, Minecraft has such a dedicated fan base. It's been popular.
So you can imagine like a lot of like, you know, people who play Minecraft, from the kids to the teenagers to the young adults, going out to the theater to see how the movie goes. And I think just every reference that happens in the movie for that is in Minecraft, they're all gonna cheer, and that's why you see those really rowdy audiences.
By the way, you know how you could tell if whether a kid is going to see Minecraft or not? I actually see some of them carry their Minecraft swords with them.
Oh, I never seen that.
Yeah, no, I actually, when I was walking around the mall, walking around the theaters, I actually saw a couple kids carry their Minecraft swords.
Interesting. And that's I saw like teenagers like wearing Minecraft shirts. Like again, like Minecraft is like everywhere, from T-shirts to toys to a bunch of Legos here and there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
very much.
But for real though, I mean, I've never been interested in the Minecraft franchise. It looks like I'm not gonna be going into the movie. Sorry, it looks like I'm not gonna be getting myself into the Minecraft franchise anymore, just because this was a very bad interpretation of what Minecraft is.
Yeah, like I feel like the Minecraft movie would have benefited more if it was fully animated. The problem is that it just doesn't mesh well together with live action.
No. I just didn't think so. Again, I don't know why they casted Jason Momoa and Jack Black together, just because A-list celebrities, and it brings a lot of money. So there you go. And I heard they were going to potentially make a sequel to Minecraft movie too. So
given how much money that this movie makes, it's honestly no surprise.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about it either, but don't see me watching it again. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to pay to see it again, but I mean, I'm going to see it. I'm probably not going to see it. I'll try not to see the sequel, but maybe when it hits streaming, maybe I'll give it a shot, but not in theaters.
I don't know about this, man. Yeah. Either way, that's the whole thing about my weekend. I was just mostly just watching bad movies. Yeah, both these movies weren't that great. I mean, it just stinks that we don't have more movies coming up. I know that Thunderbolts is coming out next month, which is going to be exciting for me. Fantastic Four comes out in August. And again, we're going to be talking more about movies as we go into the episode, but to say the least.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And also Superman.
But to say the least, do not, like, again, if you're a big fan of Minecraft movie, look, I'm not making you, I'm not going to say, like, you're a bad person for watching the movie, because if you're a huge Minecraft fan, you're a Minecraft fan, please watch the movie, because it is successful for you guys. But when it comes to a person like me who have not been touching Minecraft at all, do not watch the movie.
Exactly. So I'm going to say, Minecraft fans, eat well and good. Here's your dinner. I can understand why you would like this movie. I understand that this movie holds a place in your heart the way the Mario Bros. Movie holds a special place in my heart. So I can understand from that point of view.
Yeah. I'm not watching Minecraft. Look, I'm not playing Minecraft anymore. Yeah. I'm going to stick to Fortnite. By the way, Fortnite currently has Sabrina Carpenter in there.
I heard about that.
Sabrina Carpenter's in there, so you can start playing the music pass for my Fortnite there. Play Fortnite. It's fun. Adventure Time comes out on Friday, by the way.
Yeah, you've heard me say before, like, play Minecraft. I'm just like, okay, I went out the time.
Play Fortnite instead. Yeah, play Fortnite instead. You'll have Adventure Time skins coming up. Yeah,
I heard about that.
You can be Marceline or Princess Bubblegum or Finn and Jake.
Marceline, let's go.
I mean, yeah, buy the skin and all. But yeah, that was my weekend, and I really wanted to make this into a whole thing where I'm going to debate between Snow White versus the Minecraft movie. You already know my take already. I said Snow White was better than Minecraft movie for sure.
Yeah, as for me, like I said, I can't judge on which one I like better because, well, obviously I haven't seen one of them, but like I'll still take Minecraft over Snow White any day.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and go into more quick news that we can go through right now. And the first thing you want to bring up is, well, we're going back to Amphibia. Oh, yes, we are going back to Amphibia.
Yes, more Amphibia content. Let's go.
So, last weekend, Matt Brawley was at Barnes & Noble down in SoCal to promote the book, The Art of Amphibia. He was making some presentations here and there talking about a drawing that didn't make it into the book. He was even showing a couple of scenes, including the Marcy stab, unfortunately.
Why you gotta bring that up?
Well, he did put it up. He put a freaking storyboard right there on his table.
No, I'm just like, please don't remind me of that.
Yeah, he did. I saw the picture. But yes, of course, Matt Brawley was there talking about Amphibia, which is great. And there's also a lot of fans that were also there as well. But the biggest thing that came out of it was the fact that the Amphibia story is not done. There is going to be a brand new graphic novel series called Amphibia's Strange Voyage that will include the frogs of Amphibia. That will include Sprig. That will include Polly. That will include Ivy. Ivy. And there will also include Maddie.
Yeah, so,
there's a lot. So, if anything, we're going to continue on to the story of Amphibia, but just the frogs this time.
Yeah, and it shows the kids pretty much grown up. I remember when Polly was a little tadpole. Now she's a full-grown frog child. I'm just like, oh, they grow up so fast. They grow up so fast.
Now, the strange thing is that this will take place on. Yeah, we knew about this. How amazing is it that we get to see these frogs on the journey?
Oh yes, ever since we've seen these frogs, grown up into grown kids, and the moment they mentioned that they're going to adventure out into this new land, I think to myself, oh, how I wish I could see it in some way, shape, or form. And wouldn't you know it, we're actually going to see it in graphic novel form. I'm just like, I can't wait to follow them on their adventures.
You vote, if anything, thank you, Tokyo Pop, because you continue to make amazing manga here and there. I can't wait for this as well. Thankfully, Matt Brawley is working with Tokyo Pop now, because I know that he's currently working on another graphic novel as well. His original graphic novel, along with the Amphibia graphic novel too. So, yeah.
I love that Amphibia, Matt Brawley collided with Tokyo Pop to make these books. I'm going to tell you, Tokyo Pop has done Amphibia such a great service.
To be fair, Tokyo Pop has been around the manga scene, Yeah. Yeah. You've seen Tokyo Pop manga recently. Yeah, they're distributors of manga too.
I've seen Tokyo Pop's content, what they distribute, but I'm saying that I'm so glad that we get to see Amphibia reading material come to life.
You know what? If anything, thankfully, they didn't stop, because I know Gravity Falls fans are kind of wondering what's going to happen next for the Pines and everything. But Amphibia continues on, and I feel like for the fandom, because it didn't die. Since 2022, when the Amphibia show ended, there's a lot of fans that continue on making fan art, making continuation stories here and there, and thankfully Matt Brawley was still aware of it. So I think something tells me, in the back of his mind, this guy's saying I think the people want more.
Yeah.
So that's why they made The Art of Amphibia. That's why they made Marcy's Journal. That's why they're making this particular graphic novel, because we want to see more what the story is going to be about. So this is all canon now. This is going to be all canon about what the frogs are, because I know everybody was wondering what happened to the girls, but I think it's best if we actually know about what happened to the frogs.
Exactly. We see the girls already all grown up doing their own thing. I feel like their story arc, their character arcs have already concluded.
Yes.
Whereas with the frogs that live in Amphibia, we want to see more of their stories. We want to see the continuation of their character arcs. Mm-hmm. And I feel like there's more to explore within the characters. And not just that, but also the world of Amphibia is so rich in world building. Mm-hmm. There's so much lore that is built and well detailed within the Amphibia land.
Just remember, they didn't really go through everything in Amphibia. We couldn't see all of Newtopia. We didn't see all of Toad Tower, for example. We only had 2 episodes in the Toad Tower. That was it.
Exactly. Yeah. There's still so much to explore in the world of Amphibia, and the Tokyo Pop books really do help with exploring, the unknown.
Well, here's the thing, we don't know, because what happened in the hardest thing was that we only had 2 minutes of the frogs grown up, so we get to see Sprig, Ivy, and I just remember Sprig and Ivy were going into an adventure together, which is great. And then something tells me Polly and Maddie are going to join in as well. So
yeah, and I feel like they're going to be a fun Frog Squad to watch.
yeah, and maybe there might be more frogs coming in. Maybe Maddie's sisters might also join in on the fun. You know?
Yeah, and not just that, but I want to see more of, Grimes, like his character arc continue, and also the same with Yunnan.
Olivia and Yunnan, yeah.
Olivia and Yunnan, they're such a cute couple, by the way. And also, I want to see how Hop Pop is doing.
I have a feeling they're retired. With Olivia, wait, what's her name again?
Hop Pop, and then there's also his girlfriend, who's also Ivy's grandmother or something.
Yeah, I just don't know what her name was. I just remember they were had a thing in the first season.
Regardless, it'd be nice to see at least one page, just see Hop Pop kind of chilling with his girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, they probably will not be focusing on that. It's just going to be all about Sprig, Ivy, Polly, and Maddie, possibly. And I really will hope that's going to be their, the 4 people that they're going to be, hanging out with. Let's see, what other characters do you want to see cameos in?
I want to see how Andreas is doing, for example, because I know for a fact that while he is imprisoned and he is sentenced to pretty much grow the plants and everything, he's sentenced to labor work, for example.
Is that actually true? Because it feels like he's just doing his own thing. He's I get it, he's blind and all, but he's
blind and he's chained, so he's pretty much imprisoned.
Is he chained? I don't know about that.
You do see the chains around him in the hardest scene when he's doing the work.
Okay, I don't know if they didn't really say that he was imprisoned or anything.
They don't go into detail of what's to come with Andreas.
I was thinking more he was just old. He's a washed up person who almost destroyed the world. Yes.
And regardless, I feel with Andreas doing this, it's sort of a punishment for what he has done, because he's not getting away scot-free. He's done so much damage.
I'll see how it is. It just feels like he's just off doing his own thing. He doesn't need to go to Wartwood. He doesn't need to go to Newtopia anymore. He's just retired in an area in Amphibia.
Yeah, and also the key thing to know is the irony is that even though he is stuck doing community service, I don't think that's canon. I cannot say that he's in prison. He's not in prison, he's not in jail, but he's out doing farm work.
Yes, but that's the thing. It's only, 10 seconds of him doing farm work? It doesn't mean that he's in jail.
He's not in jail, but, he's still, out doing farm work, doing his own thing.
Yes. So Andreas they'll probably meet up with Andreas, and he's probably going to give him some word of advice or something, yeah. Do you think the core will return? I really hope not.
The core is not going to return.
It was destroyed. Yes, that thing was destroyed. But what's the next evil presence that'll come in? What's the next evil presence that'll come into Amphibia?
Whatever antagonist is going to be thrown into these comics, it's not going to be anywhere near as a threat as the core was. The core was a beast.
It was a beast and fucking ruined Morsu.
Don't remind me, okay? The core is really bad with
your damn spider, your damn little oxalotl spider thing.
I still love Darcy though.
No, it's disgusting. Get that thing away from me. Let's see. How about the Newts? Again, of course, we talked about Olivia and Yunnan. Maybe some other side characters as well. What was it? Braddock. Sorry, what's his name? What are the 2 toads' name again? Percy and Maddox. Shit.
Percy and Braddock, those are the 2 toads.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
I really like those 2 toads.
I have a feeling they'll come back. Yeah.
I'm just really sad that Sasha never got to be friends with Percy and Braddock again.
They just left in the 2nd season, then they never came back.
But then again, I think that's what makes this story strong, is that it shows that if you're a toxic friend, then chances are that those friends will go away forever.
Again, there's a lot of lore. Maybe Wally might also be helpful as well, because it would be great to have
Wally's
back.
one of my favorite characters. I love that little guy.
Yeah, and then maybe Mrs. Croker could also be a help as well.
Tulip. I go Tulips.
Oh my god, really? That guy again?
He's voiced by Matt Brawley.
I know. Oh, cool. It's Matt Brawley. Hey.
Hi, Matt Brawley.
Oh, god. I just keep on saying Matt Brawley all the time, too. But no, I mean... the graphic novel hasn't been announced. We have no release date yet, but one of the artists who's been a big time fan artist of Amphibia is actually gonna be working on it. We got her real name, but if you know Zio Randy on Twitter, that's her. That's working on this graphic novel with Matt Brawley. So from a fan artist to the graphic novel artist, oh man, that's a great role for her now.
That is a huge leap. This is definitely something that's gonna make her portfolio really strong.
Oh, sorry. Somebody said Percy and Braddock.
That's what said Percy and Braddock, yeah.
Yeah, that's their name.
Percy and
I'm
Braddock.
sorry. Again, I missed out. if it's been like 3 years since I've seen them. Okay, so you know why.
Exactly, it's been a while.
There's a chance that the girls will actually come back.
What, like you mean the Calamity Trio?
Yeah, the Calamity Trio and Sasha Marcy.
While it would be nice to see them, I feel like there's really no need to.
Well, here's the thing. Remember Marcy's journal's ending, right? They went to
They went to the beach.
No, yeah, they did. No, they didn't go to the beach. They went to Long Beach or something. They went to Anne's place, and then they went to the scientist. I forgot her name. Terry's. Yeah. They said like they got a call from Terry, and they went to go to her lab. Something tells me that they have made that portal, and who knows, they'll come back, and it'll be funny. Like in the end of Strange Voyage, we'll get to see the trio again.
Yeah, it'd be like, because you see all these like fan comics, fan art of the Calamity Trio as adults returning to Amphibia.
I kind of really do understand your point on me that they should end Marcy and Sasha's story there.
Yeah, because it goes back to what I was saying about how the character arcs have already finished.
But the possibilities are out there that they could come back. I mean, the fact that the end of the story in Marcy's journal says there's a possible chance. There definitely feels like there's a chance that the girls will come back to Amphibia, but we don't know.
Yeah, I would be fine with that if it was a cameo from one page, for example.
Well, but the thing is, like, oh no, people want to see more of Strange Voyage. I'm like, oh my god, the girls are back. Okay, give me more. They
want to see the Calamity Trio again.
They'll see him again, and then they'll be like, okay, here comes another voyage with them. Either way, like, again, there's a lot of speculation in my mind about it, but I do miss Sprig, I do miss Polly, Ivy, and Maddie, and I'm glad that they actually gonna have a story again with those folks together.
They're gonna come back again. I'm so excited.
I know, I can't wait for it either. But yeah, you had one more question here in the script. It says, where there be more Amphibia or even Disney Channel show oriented books to come in the future? People said Owl House, although I heard from Jess, my friend, she told me because of this whole relationship with Dana and Tokyo Pop, there's possibly no chance of an Owl House book coming for Tokyo Pop.
No, I'm just about to say that, and also, you know how Dana Terrace and her conflicts with Disney as well?
Yes.
So that could be another contributing factor.
I don't think Owl House is going to have a Tokyo Pop book, unfortunately.
Which, I don't blame Dana Terrace, because Disney really did her show dirty.
It would suck, because I know some Owl House fans are out there. We're going to be wondering, where's our art book? But...
Yeah, I mean, Gravity Falls fans are wondering the same thing, but at least they got book content as well.
Okay, but kind of wondering about that. Why don't we actually have an art of Gravity Falls or art of Star vs. the Force of Evil? Or, you have an art of DuckTales. So...
That is interesting. Because we got Art of Amphibia before Art of Gravity Falls art book, even though Gravity Falls, you can argue Gravity Falls is the one that started this renaissance of Disney TVA story-oriented shows.
Right.
And so, yeah, I'm pretty shocked to hear that Gravity Falls never got the art book treatment it deserved.
I really am surprised about that too. I don't know, maybe Alex Hirsch didn't find a publisher that could work with them for making that art book to say, because Matt Brawley is like really close to Tokyo Pop now. So
yeah, you could tell they're tied, considering they made not one but not two. Like, they're about to have their third Amphibia book.
He also did make his original story graphic novel. I think it's Family Force is what it's called, but that's also on pre-order as well. Like, so either way, Tokyo Pop has been on point with Matt Brawley.
Very much.
I have a feeling, and that's just going to be what's going to be for Matt and making the next Amphibia content to say. And thankfully, we're going to get more Amphibia content. I'm happy about that.
I know. Like, as someone who's been a big fan of Amphibia, we both huge Amphibia fans, we can't wait for more Amphibia content.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait for this graphic novel. This looks to be fun. Again, no date has been announced for a release for this graphic novel, but it is in the works. And yes, Amphibia Strange Voyage will be coming out soon via Tokyo Pop. Thank you, Matt Brawley, again for
Thank you, Matt Brawley.
And who knows? This weekend he has the Gallery Nucleus event too. Who knows? He might have another secret for us.
You just want to say thank you, Tokyo Pop, and thank you, Matt Brawley, for giving us this. We'll be keeping an eye out for the release date.
Yeah, I can't wait for this for sure. Yes. Amphibia, we got more Amphibia stuff, guys.
Let's go.
All right, let's head over from good news to bad news, because this has been an ongoing topic from everybody out here, because some of you have noticed what's going on with AI. Some of you have been using ChatGPT, maybe Gronk, maybe some Meta AI, for example. Yes, artificial intelligence has been going on. And at the moment right now, we have this particular thing to worry about. And it froze.
Oh, wow. A subject about AI. Goody.
It froze. What the fuck? Hold on. I cannot zoom in or out. I can zoom this up. I can't zoom in this. All right. This picture sucks.
But hey, like, we're doing the best we can, and you know, as long as they hear our voice, like listen to us, I think that we can get our points across.
Either way, ChatGPT has this new implementation of Studio Ghibli pictures.
Yeah, and while they do look appealing from the eye's lens of view, its source though, it's what makes it bad.
So, how surprised were you that ChatGPT even came up with the idea of this Studio Ghibli art style?
Yeah, seriously, like, it was pretty surprising to me because I never thought that ChatGPT or OpenAI would think to themselves, you know what? Why don't we create our own artificial intelligence art? Let's go with Studio Ghibli. And the worst part about it is that it's too convincing. Like, this almost looks
very realistic, honestly.
It definitely looks like something that Studio Ghibli themselves actually made. It's too true, and that's why I hate it. Like, I hate this because I want to like this because it looks way too Studio Ghibli, like it looks too real, but I hate the source of it. I hate, the AI generation. I hate how AI is combined with art.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about AI art before and how, like, it can actually be close to the original content and stuff. Mm-hmm. But now we're getting to see, like, oh, they're trying to do the same thing, like with Ghibli, for example. Like, sorry, they're doing it with Ghibli, and it's kind of like making Hayao Miyazaki feel like it's just like something that Hayao Miyazaki made. And I'm like, oh, this can't be right,
Exactly. Like, you even see, we know that Hayao Miyazaki is heavily against AI. He's anti-AI. He even calls it an insult to life itself.
Yeah. So hearing about it while seeing all this going on, it just leaves a sour taste to him. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Like, if anything, that's what makes it even worse. Not only is it art mixed with AI, but it's just really disrespectful to what Miyazaki stands for.
Yeah. How much of this trend is in poor taste, do you say?
The more I look at it, the more I think, like, the more I look at the implications of it, when you dive deep into, like, how this Studio Ghibli AI art has come to be. Like, even if you get past the fact that, oh, it's art coming from AI, it's still in poor taste because of what I just said about Miyazaki being against it.
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT, to be fair, like, ChatGPT is kind of like a useful tool, to be fair. Like, I know a lot of people that use it for, like, formulas, getting math problems done and all that kind of stuff. Please don't use it for cheating, by the way.
Yeah.
Please don't let it be ruining your home. Like, don't let it, like, help you do your homework or something like that.
Yeah, use it as a tool, but don't use it as a cheating guide.
Like, I make sense why like, my friend, he just continues using ChatGPT sometimes just to make, like, prompts and stuff. Mm-hmm. But to make art just like what Studio Ghibli's doing is kind of interesting. I'm like, I think this is kind of like the first technology that they have done that, because I know artificial intelligence continues to, like, improve here and there. I just never expected to actually, like, clone kind of like a Studio Ghibli art style to say. Like, it's crazy because, like, what you do is just, like, you upload an image to ChatGPT and you just say, make it into this style, and it does it like this. And I'm like, oh, it looks so accurate.
Yeah, and now AI is good for some things. Like you said, it's good for math, good for formulas. It's even good for writing cover letters and resumes and all that, but it's not good when you
I still wouldn't use it for making a cover letter or a resume.
No? Like,
because
no, you wouldn't?
You would have to actually because you want to make it more realistic.
You don't want to rely heavily on it to write a cover letter. You want to tweak it to make it look convincing.
Maybe you could probably say, like, make it tweak a little bit more.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Who knows? You still have to, like, look through it anyways and make edits.
Yeah, it's good for using it as a tool in terms of writing and everything else, but it's not good to blend it with animation. You don't blend.
It's not even animation. It's just drawings.
You don't blend AI with animation.
But I know that they do animation stuff as well, and you've seen how crappy they are. So don't go with animation on that. Either way, ChatGPT just trying to make a resemblance of Studio Ghibli. I mean, it's just interesting how Ghibli is not, like, making a lawsuit out of this and everything.
Yeah, it takes away from the creativity of animation because it looks too good to be true. Like, the problem with this is it's so deceiving. It's so deceiving because you look at it and you want to like it, but you hate where it comes from. Like, you've seen Studio Ghibli art of, for example, Modern Family. You see Studio Ghibli art of, say, like, Disney characters, of memes.
You've seen Ghibli of memes, for example.
Of memes, yeah.
Like, these honestly are actually pretty funny. There's one thing about it. I'm like, oh, cool. I can get to see these memes all Ghiblified. And I'm like, oh, this looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it may look appealing, but when you think about the moral implications, you just can't help but, not really like this.
I don't know. I mean, I thought it was funny actually seeing those kind of images come up, but yes, I can understand like why Hayao Miyazaki is probably saying like, what the heck? Why did it look like this? Who drew this? And it's AI instead. So I can understand why he's so frustrated that this is happening right now.
And I share his frustration.
And interesting to note is that this artist named Carla Ortiz, who's involved with concept and fine of many projects for Ubisoft, Marvel Films, and HBO, is suing other AI generators for copyright infringement because she feels like this is exploitation of Studio Ghibli's branding. Do you agree with this, and will she win the case?
Now, see, this is definitely a woman who has actually been.
I would imagine other artists are suing too.
Yeah, she's a creative woman, and I like how there are creative talents out there that are taking a rise and standing up to open AI and these AI generated bull crap and saying this is not art, this is AI crap. Like, this is not creative. And so, yeah, I do stand with the animators. I stand with the creators that are against this.
Yeah, I don't know about this whole case thing. I don't know legal stuff here and there, but good luck with that, Carla.
Yeah, I really do hope she wins. But then again, AI, one thing to know about AI is that it's here to stay and it's actually very powerful. Like, you got to keep in mind.
I'm sorry, aren't you taking classes with AI?
I am taking classes with AI and they are helpful, but one thing I know about AI is that whether we like it or not, it's here to stay. And AI companies are powerful.
Yes.
So it's going to be tough to, go against AI.
It's the thing. Like, it's unfortunate that, people are going to sue AI about this, but it is the way that they're moving with it, unfortunately. It just thinks that if companies start to actually use AI for, like, other people's jobs, that's where I get worried about. But for right now, I'm just thinking that it's just a fun tool people use. So like people can make their own images be like Studio Ghiblified. They can make other things. I know that like for Meta AI, which I'm seeing right now, like they do their own AI version and they look like crap, honestly.
Yeah. Now I have nothing against people having fun with these memes. Like creating their own Studio Ghibli memes just for the fun of it. Good on them. Like, want to have their own fun. I'm not going to judge against it, but like there comes a limit in which it is being used.
Yeah. My thing right now is that this is just going to continue going on. Honestly, I don't see a stop of it because a lot of people are going to just use AI to help themselves out for tools. And if they want to make a drawing out of AI, they should at least bring up the fact that this is AI generated. And also some people are kind of noticing like these images are AI generated. Like, there are things here and there where people are going to say like this is AI generated for sure. It's not like a real drawing or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So if anything, like good luck trying to improve your animation or something like that. But there are going to be people noticing that this is going to be AI.
Yeah, I'm not going to see this trend die anytime soon because not only do you see it pop up everywhere on the internet, but AI is here to stay. It's not going away anytime soon. So I have a feeling this is going to last for months.
Yeah. And you know what? It is what it is. Yeah. I'm sticking with it. I use it sometimes. I use it most of the time now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if anything, like I just hope it doesn't ruin like people getting jobs and stuff like that. It's something fun to watch, honestly. I do like to see like everybody's reaction to like how photos become Studio Ghiblified. So it's fun. It's fun to see that.
Yeah, and so I have a big question is that after the Studio Ghibli AI trend, it makes me wonder what kind of animation style is OpenAI going to tackle next? Are they going to go for 2D Disney, for example?
Most likely not.
Or it makes me wonder like what kind of animation style is OpenAI going to go for after Studio Ghibli?
I have no idea because I can remember like people can just like make up ideas, for example. Like they can just put up, like I use Gemini, for example, Google's AI, for example. And I've done images where I searched up do Phineas and Ferb in a playground, and they give you the image of like their version of Phineas and Ferb, and it is like them, but there is some changes. Like I don't think Ferb has red hair, Yeah, I'm just saying like they are crappy, honestly, when it comes to making like pictures here and there. Yeah. So it is something that they're going to make a prompt for, but then of course you got to do a lot of things with Gemini or any other AI tool to say like, hey, can you make sure she has a red shirt on? Can you be able to change her hair? Can you make it to a different hairstyle? Because like at the end, it's like the AI generating thing is making it for you, but there's just a lot of specifics that you have to still point out on the AI tool.
Yeah, like it goes back to what you're saying about you can tweak it a little bit by saying, hey, like make this change or that change.
I think the thing right now is that please don't have any animation with AI because they have all turned to crap. Like images are fine, but like of course credit where credit is due. Make sure that you credit that it is made by AI generated apps. Because if you said it's your work and it's made by AI, you're obviously faking the shit out of it. So
no. See, that is a scummy thing to do. Is that you show the artwork while not crediting the source or artist. You always have to credit.
You have to credit at least the AI for that one. Okay, that's one thing. And that's my thing about it. Like I don't think it's gonna really take on jobs. It's just more of like, I really hope that they don't really get into a realm where they're going to take over jobs or something like that. If anything, just keep it as a tool. Keep it as something that will be useful for you. Yeah, that's
where AI is going to be very, very problematic in this society. Is that if it takes over people's jobs, that's where we're going to have a problem.
And who knows? We'll have to see more memes like this. I'm a fan of it, honestly. To be fair, like I understand Ghibli's probably hating about it right now, but like I'm not using it. It's mostly people that are assholes that are using it, and there's some that are funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like while it does look appealing, like I said, I want to like it. It looks appealing, but like I just can't help but really hate it where you see where it comes from.
Yeah, I know, but what can you do? It is what it is. AI is pretty much gonna be taking over our technology right now.
Yeah, and yeah, like while AI is here to stay, you just hope it doesn't take over people's jobs.
Yeah,
that becomes an issue then.
We'll see how it goes. Either way. If you have GPT, have fun with the new Ghibli option there. But yeah, we just hope it doesn't actually like take over everything and all that stuff. Yeah, you're gonna have a Mitchell versus Machines thing now, okay?
It makes us really wary of what's to come in the future.
All right, so next thing we want to bring up in our quick news, we want to give you guys an update about the 2024 March Madness that we've been doing these past couple of weeks. Yesterday was the championship. We had to vote between either Fairly Odd Parents and New Wish versus Jetru Chow. I've seen a lot of votes come in for YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and we're proud to announce that today we have our winner for the 2024 Best Cartoon, and that is Fairly Odd Parents and New Wish.
Let's go. Yes. I am so happy about this. Like, okay, I celebrate it.
First of all, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about it. I just felt like it had a great road ahead of them. They were the number one overall seed. They were the mostly voted cartoon in our tournament. There were a lot of like underdogs that I thought would actually help bump it up a little bit. So I was thinking like maybe a surprise out of nowhere, like Hazbin Hotel coming out of nowhere, beating Fairly Odd Parents or something in the championship, or what was it, Invincible Fight Girl, who made it all the way to the Final Four out of all people.
I'm just as surprised that Hazbin Hotel didn't make it all that far as I am on how far Invincible Fight Girl actually did make it.
Yeah, Invincible Fight Girl was better than Hazbin Hotel according to people. So,
and I'm sitting there like, but Hazbin Hotel has a much bigger fan base.
It does, but I don't know. A bunch of Invisible Fight Girl fans were saying otherwise. I don't know. There's a lot of people voting on that one. And yes, Invisible Fight Girl did beat Hazbin Hotel. And then also the fact that, like, it is true that Hazbin Hotel did beat Arcane. Like, all three polls suggested that Hazbin Hotel was better than Arcane, which I thought was surprising because Arcane was a gem for sure.
Yeah, see, like, while Fairly Odd Parents and New Wish wasn't my number one pick overall, like, it's in the top three, along with Arcane and Hazbin Hotel. But nonetheless, since I'm a huge fan of this show, I celebrate it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, and it's a good cartoon itself. And again, we were just waiting for season 2 to have an announcement. But to be fair, it is great at the moment right now that we have a bit of a revival. We have a revival of Fairly Odd Parents that is actually hitting compared to other revivals that we're seeing from Fairly Odd Parents. So
yeah, see, like when you go back to like 1 to 2 years ago, the very idea of a new Fairly Odd Parents show would make us groan. And trust me, I did groan myself, when I first heard that they're doing a new series. I thought to myself, oh, another one. But then when you look deep into it, when you actually watch the show, you thought to yourself, oh my gosh, it's a miracle. We actually got a legit great Fairly Odd Parents reboot show. Like, and it's even better than the original. I'm gonna say it right now. There are some aspects that it does better than the original.
I'll have to judge on that. No, but to be fair, like Hazel's a great character. We see Cosmo and Wanda again. We also do get to see fairies again, and I love the fact that we also did get to see callbacks of other characters like what was it, Vicky? AJ was back.
Crocker was
also back. So if any, again, like we get callbacks from the original Fairly Odd Parents. And yeah, I thought this was a really good cartoon. My vote was on Has-Been to make it all the way. I thought that was gonna go far. I was very happy to actually beat Arcane, because like God, it was just close neck and neck to say.
Like, I voted for Arcane, but I would have been happy with Has-Been Hotel winning as well, because I love Has-Been Hotel. So I would have been like, which one do I choose?
I know in your case you voted for Arcane against that matchup, right?
Oh, I voted for Arcane to win overall. Like,
but then like Has-Been Hotel fans said otherwise.
Arcane lost in the first round. I'm just like, but it's Arcane. It's the cream of the crop when it comes to Netflix.
But then the Has-Been Hotel fans kind of gathered on that one,
which I have no problem with. I have no problem. Like, I'm part of the Has-Been Hotel craze too, but I'm also part of the Arcane craze. So
yeah. No, but if anything, I think we had a really good tournament this time around. I did love everybody voting, so congrats to y'all for doing that. I was surprised about it too, because like I remember Rock Paper Scissors taking on Invincible Fight Girl, and I was thinking, yeah, there's a possible chance Rock Paper Scissors will win, but Invincible Fight Girl came out of nowhere and actually beat them.
Yeah, Invincible Fight Girl really took the hit on Rock, Paper, Scissors. And yeah, like Invincible Fight Girl looked to be a stronger show of the two, in my opinion. So I'm happy that won. But
I'm just happy we had a Cinderella, because I didn't want to have like all the favorites just continue to win and everything, right?
Yeah, I was surprised that the underdog Invincible Fight Girl managed to get in the final four.
Right, exactly. So I love that. I love to see those kind of madness stuff that happens in these games. So
we can at least celebrate that feat.
Yeah. Again, Has-Been Hotel beating Arcane was, I think, the best one for me, just because, again, I wanted that to win. Also, Digital Circus, like, it had its run, but then lost to Gentry Chow, unfortunately.
It did lose to Gentry Chow. Since I really like these two shows, I didn't care who won, but yeah. Amazing Digital Circus, when you look at the popularity and the fandom, just like Has-Been Hotel, it is massive. You see,
I was kind of wondering, like, what happened to the fans who were going to vote for Amazing Digital Circus, because Gentry Chow just continued to dominate.
Like, you see Digital Circus cosplayers everywhere, you see Digital Circus fan art everywhere, you see Digital Circus hype everywhere. So it is pretty surprising that Gentry Chow managed to set Digital Circus on fire.
That's true, but then, again, I just feel like because of the lack of episodes. Because, like, you had to wait a while for episode 2, episode 3 to come up in Digital Circus, and we are waiting a while for episode 4, so maybe the hype died down for Digital Circus.
Okay, I will give this that is one factor that could play into this, is that, yeah, you're right. In terms of a wide variety of episodes, like Gentry Chow has more wide variety of episodes in comparison to Digital Circus.
So, like, I feel like Gentry Chow already had that full season, and it was a really great season for Gentry Chow, but Digital Circus is not done yet, and who knows, it might actually run again for 2025 Best Cartoon. Because give me more episodes. Come on, I want to see no new episodes for Digital Circus. Let's see if we can actually see that go up and populate, you know?
Yeah.
I know Has-Been's supposed to come out again this year, so who knows? We might put that in 2025's Best Cartoon.
You just hope that Digital Circus actually does better this year as opposed to last year. And who knows? Maybe that might make it at Final Four. Who knows?
Yeah. There's a lot of other cartoons that are also going to be coming up in 2025's Best Cartoon list. Stugo is now going to be qualified for that. What is it? That Ollie's pack. What that Wild?
The Wild Pack.
Wild Pack. Sorry, Wild Pack is also going to be a part of 2025's Best Cartoons.
So Nickelodeon already has their champion. Well, not champion.
I don't know. We still have more cartoons coming out for Nickelodeon.
Like their fighter. Nickelodeon has their fighter.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a champion already. I'm like, we're going straight ahead here.
Not champion, but more like Nickelodeon has their fair share of fighters.
Yes. I know we always have to pick 4 cartoons from each network, so we get to see 4 Nickelodeon, 4 Cartoon Network, 4 Disney Channel, and all that. Disney Channel still has, Phineas and Ferb also is also going to be nominated, possibly going to be a part of the 2025 Best Cartoon.
Yeah, and who knows how far that's going to go.
Same with Hansel and Gretel again, because it is ending, which means that it is qualifying for 2025's Best Cartoon. We have to sort it out to see how it all goes. But either way, because Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish ends up with the championship, we are going to put an episode 4, Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish.
And I can't wait to see it. You're going to hear me singing praises from beginning to end.
So we're going to make a big discussion about Fairly Odd Parents, from like the Fairly Odd Parents beginning to the new episode, to the new show.
Oh God, yes, let's go.
And to what we'll hopefully see in the future for Fairly Odd Parents: New Wish.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah,
yes.
So we'll have a new episode for that. We're going to put that in our schedule. We'll let you guys know when we'll do that. So, Omid, you're the one who's making the schedules here. So.
Oh, yes. I am more than happy to set this whole thing up because, yes, Fairly Odd Parents: New Wish discussion, an episode dedicated to it, like, that is something that is in the making.
Yeah. I also want to ask the audience out there, whoever's watching, who did you want to go all the way to the championship? Who do you think was your champion from the tournament? I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section down below. But either way, the tournament's over. March Madness is done. Even the men's basketball team, March Madness is over. Congratulations to Florida winning the NCAA men's basketball championship and UConn winning the NCAA women's championship.
Yeah, man. Like, congrats to the Gators.
And the Huskies also.
Gators and Huskies. Yeah, they got their share of victory, and so is this show.
Yeah, now it's just pretty much us waiting for football season. Well, basketball season is currently happening right now.
It's still happening. Football's still a long way from here.
I know. I'm just waiting for football season.
Yeah. Yeah, trust me. Like, I'm a big NFL fan myself, so I'm just like, the moment we get NFL again, like in August, we're going to be on it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Without further ado, let's actually go ahead and actually talk about our main subject tonight, which is Cinemacon. Yes, Cinemacon just happened last week, and a bunch of announcements happened. This is a convention for all moviegoers and those that are huge fans of entertainment. And we've gotten a lot of news regarding future projects from the big name companies like Disney, Paramount, Universal, DreamWorks, Focus Features. That's a lot of names, by the way. I don't think that we're going through all of them today.
We're not going through all the news, obviously, but we're just going through like some of the most important ones from each of these studios.
So yeah, I mean, Paramount, Universal, DreamWorks, Lionsgate, Warner Bros. Discovery, Amazon MGM, and Sony Pictures. Mm-hmm. But to be fair, we're only going through 6 of them today. Well, kind of funny. Like, I don't know what Amazon MGM did. Was it the new Bond movie or something?
It's a new James Bond movie. Yes.
Oh, okay. Is Daniel Craig still James Bond, or is there a new guy?
I'd have to double check on the information of the James Bond movie because, like, I'm gonna be honest, Amazon MGM is pretty bare bone in comparison to the other studios in terms of movie news. So that's why I wanted to focus on more on the other studios.
Okay. Either way, like, they are working on a new James Bond film, and who knows who the actor will be. But yes, Amazon MGM was just mostly for that. I thought there were more like movies coming out for Amazon MGM.
With Amazon MGM, there wasn't much in terms of like the major news. Again, like I said, I feel like more like the other movie studios have like much more news to work with under the belt in comparison to Amazon MGM.
I see. All right, so let's actually go ahead and actually start with Sony Pictures. Yes, Sony Pictures was actually a big one, considering that they actually did announce the date for Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
And the date is coming out. It's going to be coming out in July 31st, 2026, which is actually next year. So next summer, we're going to be treating ourselves with a brand new Spider-Verse movie. And it's going to be the final Spider-Verse movie. So
yes.
Your thoughts about it? Did you like the whole sequence too? Because I think I see Miles Morales face up with that one Miles Morales character.
Yeah, the Prowler. Like, you get to see Miles Morales himself face off against the other Miles Morales version, who is a Prowler himself. And yeah, from the few images I've seen of the footage, not only do you see Miles Morales facing off his evil self, but you do get to see a bit of a reunion between Miles and Gwen herself. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that got me all the more hyped because I want to see more of Miles Morales interact with that alternate universe.
Well, I mean, that was the thing about it. Like, in the end, the alternate universe, Miles Morales was kidnapped by the Prowler. Mm-hmm. And it was definitely an alternate version of Miles Morales that was there. So it's pretty much a different world compared to what we see from Miles Morales, the Earth one that we've known before. And we get to see the other Spider-Verse characters also coming in as well. So you get to see Spider-Gwen, you get to see the Spider-Noir,
Penny Parker,
the Pig as well. Spider-Pig. Yeah, so either way, it's like from the first Spider-Verse movie to the third Spider-Verse movie, we're going to see all the Spider-Verse. We get to see all the Spider-Man again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. It is going to be it's going to be all building up to the grand climax. We get to see all these Spider-Man fight off against one another.
Are you okay with the fact this is the last movie for the Spider-Verse?
Yes, I am, and because I feel like I feel like a movie trilogy is enough to make an entire series of movies. I feel like a trilogy is already complete enough.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine as it is. To keep it like with 3 movies after what has been happening, what the news was for was it the second Spider-Verse movie? So let's just keep it at 3 and like leave it at that. Do you think this will delay the movie further, or will this movie really be released on its intended date?
I feel like for now it's going to be released on its intended date for now. But the thing is, you have to keep in mind is that movie delays do happen, and they happen unexpectedly at times.
I could probably say it probably will be in the summer of next year. So I'm gonna be hype about Beyond the Spider-Verse. Like again, I was intrigued with the whole Prowler versus Miles Morales scene. So I can't wait for it. Who knows? We might have a trailer come out soon.
And actually, like Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be released in 2027. So it's going to be 2 years from now.
I just said 2026.
It's going to be no. Like there's another Spider-Man movie that's going to be released in 2026. But in terms of Beyond the Spider-Verse, it's actually going to be. It was a bit of a typo on my end, but Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be 2027 film.
Oh, so it's 3 years from now.
It's going to be 2 years from now.
2 years from now.
It's going to be 2 years from now, and I'm completely fine with it because, you know how the animation is.
Okay, so that'll make it a whole lot better. So I don't know why we were kind of hyped up for next year.
It's going to be it's going to be taking 2 years from now, but I feel like it's the right amount. It's the right time. Like I want to say it's the right amount of length in terms of making the animation, because you know how animation is experimental.
Well, to be fair, this is like 5 years already since the last Spider-Verse movie, so I think we're kind of due for the next Spider-Verse film. And now that the fact that they actually did take their time to actually make it, which makes me think that this 2027 date is going to happen. Maybe really earlier. Maybe earlier, honestly.
I don't know about earlier, but it is going to be 2027 for sure. Maybe it could be pushed back to an earlier 2027.
I did say that earlier. Maybe I said earlier.
Oh, you said earlier, like
maybe earlier.
Maybe earlier. Okay, like there's a chance that it could happen earlier.
Yes, that's what I just said.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying there's a chance that maybe it could, like you said. I feel like the earliest it could push back to, if it does come to that, is early 2027.
Yes, that's what I just said. That's what I just said.
Okay, I get it, but
yeah, what the heck?
But yeah,
I think you kind of misspoke my words there for a second there.
But all in all, it is going to be set for June 4th, 2027. So get ready for that. And yeah, I feel like...
Well, here's the thing. Let's make sure... I'm pretty sure the July 31st, 2027 date is going to happen. But who knows? It might come earlier, depending on how production works. Maybe the editing might be done faster. Again, I'm not going to go full into details. We're not going straight into full details because we're going to take a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it. July 23rd, 2027 probably is going to be the right date.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're getting 2027 for sure. And yeah, we can't wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse. But yeah.
All right, sounds good. Cool. So that was one film that was kind of like, attracted our eyes for that.
Yeah.
But then Sony Pictures also did bring out the fact that there's going to be a brand new Spider-Man movie coming out called Brand New Day. It will obviously have, Tom Holland as Spider-Man again. But the other thing too is that, remember back in, No Way Home, all the characters are gone. No, Gwen Stacy doesn't know Spider-Man.
Like MJ doesn't know Spider-Man anymore, and his friend Ned Leeds doesn't know him anymore.
Yeah, so all of them are probably going to be out of existence when it comes to this new Spider-Man movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say purely physically out of existence, but it's like they're not going to be part of Peter Parker's story art anymore. They're not going to be part of his life anymore. They really actually
explain much when it comes to that movie, right? Like what details can you bring up from this movie, like besides Tom Holland being Spider-Man again?
Something tells me that it's going to be Peter Parker living his new life, making new friends, having a new life.
Yeah,
and like I said,
makes sense.
Like pretty much he's going to start to build his own life from the ground up. In terms of the connections he's going to make, and something tells me that there's going to be an MCU Harry Osborn and MCU Gwen Stacy.
Really?
Like that's what I'm speculating. I'm not going to say for sure whether or not it's going to happen. I actually would like to see it.
Well, Gwen Stacy was Amazing Spider-Man, right?
Gwen Stacy was Amazing Spider-Man, like part of the Mark Webb verse. But since like these universes are no longer integrated together, because they were integrated together in No Way Home, but they became their own separate universes again by the end of the movie.
Okay.
So I'm saying that it would be nice to see an MCU version of Gwen Stacy. MCU version.
Do you have like an idea of what villains will pop up for this new Spider-Man movie? Because like we did see it in No Way Home. There's like a bunch of villains from the old Spider-Man movies. But like, what if there's like someone new from Spider-Man that'll come out? I don't know who, because I don't know much about Spider-Man. So
the possibilities are endless. We're not gonna, predict like which Spider-Man villain is gonna be present in this new MCU Spider-Man movie, but it could be any villain. Like whether it be Rhino, whether it be MCU Venom, because
maybe Venom, because remember they try to correlate Venom and Spider-Man together.
Because if you recall, at the post-credit scene in Spider-Man No Way Home, you see Eddie Brock and Venom being sucked back into the Venomverse, but you see part of the symbiote.
Yeah.
There's a piece of the symbiote that is still within the MCU.
Something tells me like Venom might come back. Like we're probably going to see some sort of Venom-esque like character come in. Maybe that's what we're waiting for.
Yeah, so something tells me that the symbiote, it could attract... It doesn't have to attract a MCU Eddie Brock specifically. It can attract any character, rather it be, a new MCU Harry Osborn, because we've seen Harry Osborn as Venom before in Spider-Man 2, like the game.
Yes.
Or I actually had this, I actually had a headcanon idea where it's basically you have the character of Ned Leeds and, in some way, shape, or form, he starts to get his memories back thanks to, let's say the symbiote plays a part in Ned Leeds. Like he takes over Ned Leeds. Ned Leeds gets his memories back, and he grows to hate and resent Peter Parker for not trying to get Ned Leeds and MJ to remember him again.
Oh, so you're trying to make those guys know Spider-Man again?
Like, I'm saying that there could be the idea of a Dark Ned growing hatred and resentment towards Peter Parker for not trying to get Ned Leeds to remember him again. Because
I don't like this idea.
Because it would show how Peter Parker didn't care about his friendship with Ned Leeds well enough to make Ned Leeds remember him.
I don't like that idea, honestly.
You don't like the idea?
No, because I think it's just best just to leave, the MJ and Ned alone now. I think it's just best to have them alone.
But something tells me that...
Because, if you're going to have a brand new story with Spider-Man doing his own thing now, I don't know if you should bring them back.
I think that...
because, what you're telling me is, Ned is going to be evil now?
No, I'm saying... I'm not saying that it could be an idea or it could not be an idea, but saying it's something I've thought up ever since the end of No Way Home.
But right now, you could see in No Way Home, MJ and Ned were just, friends, and they just forgot about Peter Parker.
Yeah, but...
I don't think, there's, a hint of, not memory in them that says, Peter Parker is still with them.
But as somewhere down along the line, because the future is unpredictable, MCU might come up with the idea of bringing Ned Leeds and MJ back in some way, shape, or form.
Maybe, but I don't think of an evil form, honestly.
You're going to get... MJ
maybe, out of nowhere, they'll have their memories back. They had, amnesia or something. And then maybe, they kick a glimpse of Spider-Man. They'll probably see, oh, wait, I remember this guy. You know?
Or maybe have Ned Leeds and MJ come back as cameos as a way of saying, oh, hey, look, it's MJ. Remember her?
We'll see. I just remember, that trio was the trio for Spider-Man. But now you're making me have another story with Spider-Man with another group of people now. Who knows what happens next for Tom Holland Spider-Man?
Yeah, and so I'm saying that the possibilities of MJ and Ned Leeds coming back is a possibility when you consider the fact of how, Peter Parker, MJ, and Ned were the trio, like you pointed out. And so because of the popularity of the trio, popularity could bring Ned Leeds and MJ back to having prominent roles again in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think about this too. But my thing right now is it is coming out next year. We have no hints of what characters will come up besides Spider-Man.
Yeah,
so I can't really give anything out. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means by you put down the question, how do you think it will compare to the previous 3 MCU Spider-Mans? It's too early to predict, honestly.
How much money it's going to make in comparison? Really?
No, I don't want to answer that question.
Oh, you don't want to answer that question?
No,
that's fine.
Because I don't want to go predict the future and stuff.
Yeah, you're right. The future is unpredictable. We're not fortune tellers or anything.
Yeah, I'm serious. Come on.
I get it. I think we discussed long enough about Spider-Man and as a way of... So all in all, we're excited for MCU Spider-Man. Possibilities are endless. Anything can happen. We're just going to have to wait for more information on what the plot
because
is
at the
gonna
moment
be.
right now we just wanted to hear the titles, and the titles were great. Like again, the title was great for the new Spider-Man film. I can't wait to see how it'll go. But yeah, Sony Pictures and the Marvel Studios are going to work on this. I can't wait to see how this goes. Yeah.
I can't wait to see how it goes myself.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have this new Beatles movie coming out in April 2028, but they already have their actors for the new Beatles movie. They have Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney, Joseph Quinn as George Harrison, Barry Keoghan as Ringo Starr, and Harry Dickinson as John Lennon. What do you think about this movie?
So I'm a big fan of the Beatles. They're one of my favorite bands. So obviously I'm definitely going to be hyped for this, and I do hope it does well.
I think it's going to be fine. I feel like this is going to go well because there's a bunch of Beatle fans out there.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like the Beatles are not going to die. And the way to do it is try to make, like, their own biopic. Kind of like Bohemian Rhapsody, right?
Yeah, and I like this idea of giving each and every Beatles, member their own biopic as a way to flesh out their characters equally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at the moment right now, it's way too early to predict. Wait, 2028. I'm like, either way, they were really planning up this movie. So they have the actors. Now I can't wait to see how they act as the Beatles, you know?
Yeah, I hope it does well. All I know is that either way, I'm going to be excited to see it.
All right. Then last but not least, from Sony Pictures, they did announce that there's going to be a Legend of Zelda live action film.
Yes, and we are getting a live action film, Legend of Zelda. It is legit. We don't know the casting. We don't know anything like that.
When you heard about it, they just announced that there will be a live action Legend of Zelda film, right?
All they did was announce not only was there to be a live action film, but that's going to be released in March 26, 2027.
Okay, so that's their intended date that they wanted to release it. But remember when people were kind of thinking about, like, are they really going to have a Legend of Zelda film? But thankfully, they actually had confirmation now.
They did have confirmation.
But
yeah.
you remember before, we were like speculating? Because I remember like they were talking about like, of course, Super Mario Brothers movie was successful. Who's the next Nintendo film that'll come out?
And we have our answer.
No, well, we were all thinking like, what's next? Legend of Zelda, and like, how is that going to work out? But thankfully now they announced it, so that's good.
Yeah, and not only have we heard it from Cinemacon, but we've also heard it from this My Nintendo app. So it's been spreading everywhere.
Oh right, yeah.
So we got an announcement of Legend of Zelda movie from the Nintendo app before this. But either way, it cements the idea.
Know what storyline they'll go for when it comes to this Zelda game? What do you think? What Zelda game do you think it'll portray mostly? Maybe like Majora's Mask, or do you think the Link in Time, or
the most possible adaptations? They'll either go with Ocarina of Time because it was the hit Legend of Zelda game in the N64.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Or I have a feeling that they are going to go with a Legend of Zelda adaptation of Breath of the Wild.
Oh, maybe have them in those outfits, riding horses, trying to go through different lands. Well, that would be a pretty good one too.
So depending on the costume that they're going to go for, it all comes down to the costume design of Link and Zelda is when we're really going to see, okay, which, movie adaptation are they going for?
Right. So I do think that, again, this is a long way to go, but I do feel like they want to get the green. I just feel like they want to have that green outfit for him. I think it's going to work out for him. So maybe Ocarina of Time, A Link in the Past, maybe Majora's Mask. But I have a feeling like Ocarina of Time makes sense. Like that Ocarina will come in, they'll probably play the tunes here and there, go to these lands, get these characters, face off against Ganondorf. Ganondorf will if the movie's successful, Ganondorf will recreate himself, and then they'll become Majora's Mask. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
They'll either go with Ocarina of Time, or maybe they're gonna combine the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask elements together. Like, let's say they're gonna have the Majora's Mask, for example.
Well, I mean, like, how did they do it with Super Mario Brothers movie? Because they just had Mario just go through a pipe, and then he just went on an adventure with Peach and Toad.
Yeah, it's basically how they did the Mario movie was that it's Mario going on an adventure, but instead of Mario saving Peach like he does in the games, he has to save his brother Luigi.
So that's it's a different story that they did. It's not like Super Mario Brothers where you have to rescue Peach. You don't rescue Peach in this one.
And I think that from a movie storytelling perspective, Mario saving Luigi rather than Peach does make sense when you consider that Mario and Luigi have been brothers. They've known each other for years, as opposed to Mario, who just met Peach.
So maybe that's how it is.
Yeah, so
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of an interesting like storyline, because like it wasn't like the Super Mario Brothers game where Mario rescues Peach.
So with the Legend of Zelda live action movie,
it could be a different thing.
It could be, there could go one of two ways. One is that you could have the typical, rescue story of Link going to rescue Zelda from Ganondorf, or they're going to take a different approach with it and have Link and Zelda team up together to fight bad guys and fight against Ganondorf together.
Maybe. I gotta remember, how Zelda was, because I remember Zelda does help Link out in the end.
Yeah, there were some games in which Zelda does help out Link, like in some games.
Yeah,
in some games.
I know. Like, what was it? She becomes Sheik or something and all that jazz. But yeah, either way, this movie comes out in 2027. Again, there's not a lot of information to come out, but if anything, we have a confirmation that there's gonna be a Zelda movie coming out.
Yeah.
So that's the next line for Nintendo, huh? Mario Brothers movie 2, and then the Zelda movie.
What's next? A Metroid anime movie?
That'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch. Shit.
Oh, you know what? Something tells me that there could be a Fire Emblem anime movie coming sometime. Yes,
I would love Fire Emblem stuff. I love more Fire Emblem stuff, please.
Because when you think about it, like the Fire Emblem games technically have this anime aspect to it in terms of the art. So it makes all the more sense why Fire Emblem would have anime movies.
Okay, next up. Let's head over to the next studio that we got coming up and actually talk about Lionsgate. There wasn't really much to bring up when it comes to Lionsgate, but we do have a couple movies that we want to get intrigued with. John Wick is still continuing on. I thought we were done with 4.
Yeah, I love the John Wick movies, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they ended with a bang in 4. There was no need for a 5th one.
Right, so why do we need a 5?
Because all 4 of them were already masterpieces as it is. Like, each one was better than the last. And when I look at John Wick Chapter 5, while I love John Wick, I feel like this is unnecessary.
Because like the 4th movie felt like it was already a good way to end the John Wick franchise. Like they have a new movie coming out, Ballerina, which is supposed to be like a side story to John Wick.
See, I'm not against, spin-off movies starring other characters. I'm not against those happening, but I question the existence of a John Wick 5. Why?
I don't know. I'm guessing the John Wick franchise continues to just move on and on. Like, I don't know what's happening, but like, are they just milking the franchise now?
Something tells me they are. I can't help but...
Because like, Ballerina coming out this year, which to be fair looks good. John Wick 5, now I'm kind of like, where are we going with this? Did John Wick like go out of retirement again and play?
I'm sorry, I can't help but have this shaky feeling of Lionsgate is really milking the hell out of John Wick at this point.
Yes, I think so too, because we have John Wick Chapter 5 that got announced, so there's that. And then they're also going to have another spin-off film for John Wick called Kane.
Yeah. And Kane was a badass in John Wick 4. Like, Kane was so awesome to watch. In terms of him getting a spin-off film, I'm going to wait and see how it's executed.
Well, I think the one thing to look forward to is Ballerina, because Ballerina is also a spin-off.
Ballerina is also a spin-off, and it could be 50-50.
Because, like, at the moment right now, Ballerina looks good, and I'm thinking, it could probably help out, but I also did see John Wick in there, too. So, like, maybe there's a bridge of Ballerina to John Wick 5.
It could be. It could be, but... when I look at Ballerina and Kane, it's going to be hit or miss. It's going to be hit or miss.
Yeah. Well, like, I think the one thing to actually look forward to is just Ballerina. Because, like, if you're going to continue on with the John Wick franchise and with Ballerina,
yeah,
I want to see how that goes.
Yeah, like, have Ballerina justify the existence of John Wick 5.
Yeah. And then who knows? We'll see how Kane does with that announcement, too. So we have John Wick 5. We have a spin-off Kane film. And we also do have an animated prequel for John Wick.
Now,
what is happening with Lionsgate
seriously,
making John Wick stuff now?
Like, because each and every studio has to have their own flagship. You know how Paramount has SpongeBob and, Disney has Frozen and all that? Lionsgate has John Wick.
I guess.
Like here's the thing. Each studio has to have one particular franchise that holds their flagship. And Lionsgate feels that John Wick is that.
I just found it was odd just having John Wick just continue to make all the stuff here and there, but this time around, this prequel is a prequel. Yeah. So this tells me like I remember John Wick 1 where we just saw his dog like die and then he's trying to go out for revenge and stuff. Now we don't. That's the first thing we saw from John Wick 1, so we don't know the prequel story of how John Wick became an assassin and all.
Yeah, I think that it's going to delve into John Wick's life as a hitman before he retired. I think that's
I would love to see how that goes because, yeah, we don't know how the prequel story was for John Wick, how he became an assassin, how he made these enemies, how he met up with these gangs, how these gangs want to kill him, you know?
And it's interesting that they're going the animation.
Yeah, I kind of want to see how. Yeah, I want to see how they animate it too. So,
like, what's the kind of style that John Wick's going to go for? What kind of animation style
it just gets me like a little bit excited for the prequel more. So, if anything, again, like, do you like the ideas of John Wick just getting more projects here and there?
I mean, some John Wick projects I'm in favor of more than others. I feel like at this point, like, John Wick is a quality franchise and it deserves better than to be treated as a cash cow.
Feels like it is right now for Lionsgate.
It feels like a cash cow. There's no way to put it.
I don't know what to expect, but I think one thing that I'm just looking forward to is that animated film because, yes, the prequel kind of does make sense to see how John Wick started to become an assassin that he was, you know?
Yeah, it's animation and it's John Wick, so it's best of both worlds for me.
Yeah, I think that's one thing to look forward to when it comes to the next John Wick thing.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for this more than any other project.
Okay, last thing from Lionsgate that we also want to bring out is that the Hunger Games is not done yet. They did have a movie that came out a couple years ago, last year, I believe. Was it the Songbirds and stuff? This time around, they have a new Hunger Games movie coming out in 2026 of November called Sunrise on the Reaping. What do you feel? How do you feel about the Hunger Games in this particular film?
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not that big into Hunger Games. The only exposure that I got to Hunger Games was watching the first two movies, and that's really about it. But what about you? What's your experience with Hunger Games?
Look, I didn't watch the new one with Rachel Zegler in it. How funny Rachel Zegler was also in that film too.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't seen that one that came out a couple years ago. It just feels like there's a brand new book series for Hunger Games, and that they're just pretty much banking on, making a movie out of the Hunger Games. It isn't that one girl. It isn't Katniss anymore. It's some other people now, which kind of like dampens the mood when it comes to the Hunger Games. So I don't expect myself seeing it, but for those who are into Hunger Games, this comes out in 2026. So
yeah,
good for y'all.
Yeah, honestly, like, to all the Hunger Games fans out there, come get your food. Here it is. This is for you.
Okay, so that's all that we're excited for when it comes to Lionsgate. The next company you want to go for is NBC Universal, and they have a bunch of good stuff coming out. First off, well, one movie is coming out soon, and that's Jurassic World Rebirth. That's coming out January 2nd. How excited are you for that film?
The Jurassic movies have ran the course. Like the last time I watched a Jurassic movie was Jurassic World Dominion, and it was a disaster. I feel like
it's weird that they're cashing out of this movie too. I don't know what, because they had 3 Jurassic Park movies, then they made the Jurassic World movies, and now we're making Jurassic World again with a new cast.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was already bad enough. The Jurassic World trilogy was already bad enough. The first one was decent. The other 2 were disasters. Why do we need more Jurassic movies? Why?
I don't know. And also, is Steven Spielberg working on this? I don't know.
Either way, this is bad. Like, Jurassic, we don't need more Jurassic movies.
You don't like Rebirth?
I'm not excited for the idea.
Even with the fact that there's no more Jurassic Park anymore. This is like literally thieves going into Jurassic World and almost getting killed by like unknown Jurassic monsters.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Jurassic Park, the first movie, was already good enough because the first Jurassic Park movie was so smart. It was so intelligent. It was actually very engaging.
Well, how about the other 2? They had the Lost World Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 3.
I've seen Jurassic Park 3. It had some silly moments I didn't care for. Never bothered with Lost World. I did see Jurassic World, and it was just a fun popcorn flick. That's the way I look at it. Fallen Kingdom and Dominion are disasters.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I did like Jurassic World 1 though. I liked that the first film. Second film was all right. Third film, you're right. It felt kind of disastrous there. I still think this is gonna be okay. I kind of excited for it actually, for Rebirth. Like, maybe bring back the Jurassic World that we love. It may be another trilogy of movies coming out, but this has Scarlett Johansson in it. It has Jonathan Bailey, Mahershala Ali. Like these are A-list these are A-list people. Like you had Chris Pratt before, you had Star-Lord before, now you have Scarlet Witch. Sorry, not Scarlet Witch. Now you have Black Widow now being a part of this film now.
Yeah, exactly. It takes place 5 years after Domain, so obviously you're gonna have new characters, and I feel like, you know, I would say that they're milking the hell out of Jurassic, but let's be honest, they've been milking the hell out of Jurassic ever since after Jurassic World.
I have a feeling just because it's a Universal property, it's the reason why they just keep on milking the heck out of their IPs. So
yeah,
Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whatever it is. I mean, I'm still want to exceed it. I mean, I'm a fan of the Jurassic Park franchise. I mean, the rides are cool, and I can't wait to see how this goes. I really am excited for Jurassic Park Rebirth here. Or Jurassic World Rebirth.
I feel the opposite because the first Jurassic Park movie holds a place in my heart, and I do enjoy the rides. Don't get me wrong. Even to this day, the Jurassic World ride in Universal Studios is so enjoyable. But other than that, I don't see myself exposing myself more to of these Jurassic movies.
For those who are going to be watching Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Rebirth, that comes out in July. So yeah. I can't wait for it. I mean, you're probably going to be waiting for a while now in this case.
I'm not in any rush to see it.
Do we need to talk about Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie?
We don't, other than the fact that apparently the Netflix series Gabby's Dollhouse was a hit preschool Netflix show, and so all I'm gonna say is that it's for the little kids who are going to enjoy this flick, so it's mainly for them.
Okay, so I don't even really discuss about that, right?
No.
Okay. Next up, let's talk about another movie that is going to be coming out in the summer, How to Train Your Dragon. That's a live action movie coming out. Now, what's funny is that during Cinemacon, they announced How to Train Your Dragon 2 live action.
Like, already! Like, How to Train Your Dragon 1 hasn't even been released, and you're still announcing, like, How to Train Your Dragon 2 regardless?
I don't know what Universal was planning up, but there is going to be the second movie. I don't know what, but somebody tells me they did make they made the first movie already, and then they are going to release it out this year. So maybe something during along this time, they're currently working on the second movie right now.
Like the first How to Train Your Dragon live action movie is already unnecessary enough. We don't need another live action How to Train Your Dragon.
I would say otherwise, actually, because we haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon in so long. I actually am liking what I'm seeing for the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. Like, I'm liking the actor of Hiccup, and of course the dad is literally Gerald Butler, the voice of the dad in the cartoon. So there's that. But there's a lot, again, like you look at the character, look at the people that, like the friends of Hiccup, for example, like they kind of look the same, and I do like that they actually portray them really well.
No, see, that's the thing, is that How to Train Your Dragon live action, it's just a shot for shot of the animated
Which
version.
is fine. I kind of like that.
And I don't like it.
Why?
I don't like it.
Why?
It's unnecessary.
Why would you? No, because like every other live action film continues to like make changes when it comes to, you know, the original IP, for example.
Because it pretty much goes back to the
I actually do like it. Like having live actors portray an old animated film.
Because it goes back to this dated mindset of Hollywood studios thinking, oh, animation's for kids, so let's make live action for adults. Like, I hate that mindset.
Really?
It contributes to that mindset.
I don't think so. I don't know about that.
Like, I don't see the point of having live action adaptations other than just to make money. I don't.
I do think that this is actually not going to be bad. It's also, the other thing too is that the actors look good. Like, they actually portray Hiccup. And even like the dragon themselves, they look pretty epic. Like freaking Toothless looks legit.
Like, Toothless does look well crafted, and the actors, I'm sure they're going to do well, but I just don't like, you know, the movie existing itself. It's pointless.
Gosh.
It's pointless.
Okay, fine. Well, there's going to be a second movie no matter what.
Just
so.
See, that tells you already they're milking the hell out of live action How to Train Your Dragon.
That's true, but the other thing too is that if you're making the second announcement, you got to make them older, right? Because the second movie of How to Train Your Dragon did have Hiccup grow up, did have Hagrid grow up, and all these other characters grow up too.
It's way too soon. So
yeah, it was a big. I think it was just too soon of an announcement to say that they're going to be coming out with a brand new How to Train Your Dragon movie in 2027.
And you know
That's the second movie, by the way.
This news translates to me, okay, watch them announce How to Train Your Dragon 3 next year. Like, watch them. They're going to make a trilogy of live action How to Train Your Dragon movies. Just watch.
Maybe. And you know what, though? There was a trilogy of How to Train Your Dragon movies. So there was that.
Yeah, so exactly. Like, we got to do the math, you know?
I mean, maybe there might be a third How to Train Your Dragon live action, but I mean, nonetheless, I am excited to see the new one that's coming out this summer. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for it. I mean, it does feel like it's a shot by shot. It is shot by shot, but if anything, make some changes a little bit here and there, and maybe we might have a good like franchise for a live action series of a cartoon, you know.
And you know what? More power to those that are excited for live action How to Train Your Dragon. Like, go on and have fun seeing it in the theaters. I'm just going to watch the animated movie in the comfort of my own home. I can just watch it in my room.
Fine. Be that way.
Yes.
You're no fun.
Because animation's power, support the animated versions.
I know, support the animated versions, but like, will they make a How to Train Your Dragon 4? Are you trying to look for that? I don't think they need to make a 4 anymore.
They don't need to make a 4, whether animated or live action.
But here's the thing. How to Train Your Dragon might die of a franchise. So it makes sense why to actually bring back a live action series so it can actually say, oh my god, I remember How to Train Your Dragon.
There's so much more you could do with the How to Train Your Dragon franchise as opposed to making live action adaptations. Like, you can have more How to Train Your Dragon shows, for example. Or you can have How to Train Your Dragon
comics. Had that before. There were How to Train Your Dragon shows.
There were more How to Train Your Dragon shows, but I'm saying, like...
And that didn't really go out well.
I'm saying, like, I would have rather had another How to Train Your Dragon show as opposed to another live-action movie.
But again, the success of that didn't really go well compared to the movies.
But I'm saying that at least there was more to work with. At least it was necessary to build upon the characters and the lore of How to Train Your Dragon, as opposed to the live action doing the same thing over and over again, but in live action form.
I do like it, though. I mean, if anything, it just gives out like new actors and actresses that will portray these characters, and they do a really good job. But who knows? Well, I'm excited for it, though. Can't wait to see How to Train Your Dragon live action.
Like, to be fair, the aesthetics do look good. I will say they did a good job with the production design and everything.
Yeah, so just keep happy for them. They actually do a pretty good job at like trying to remake it into a live action series.
Yeah, I will credit them for that, but what I'm not going to credit is the movie's existence overall.
Okay, fine, whatever you could say. Do we need to go through him?
I want to say about him is that like, it's a horror movie produced by Jordan Peele, Monkey Paw Productions. Nate, I'm gonna ask you, have you seen any Jordan Peele movies?
Yes, Get Out.
I've seen Get Out and I've seen Us, and I've also seen Nope. So all I would say is that I'm curious about this.
It's gonna be definitely like a mindfuck for sure. Like what happened to Get Out? It was like so much visuals and stuff that makes me think, oh my god, oh my god, what am I looking at? It makes me like scared for the next scene or something.
Yeah, I think that's a genius of Jordan Peele's filmmaking, is that he knows how to screw with your mind.
Well, I mean,
while combining horror aspects of it.
Yeah, kind of crazy how he was a comedian, now becoming like a great director himself. So
yeah, he's a horror genius.
Horror or thriller? I don't know if it's horror.
Thriller genius.
Yeah, I don't think it's a horror film. Horror film would be more like Scream.
That sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, him, I'm curious to check out. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's go to Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Have you watched the first film?
I watched the first film and I don't like it.
Oh, okay.
I hate it. Now, see, much like with Minecraft, I haven't played Five Nights at Freddy's, so I was going into this as a moviegoer.
I love the fact that we're kind of comparing that to Minecraft.
Yeah, speaking of like movies we've seen in which we'd never played games of, yeah, I looked at Five Nights at Freddy's and I thought the story is so convoluted. It's a mess.
Yeah, so again, I haven't watched Five Nights at Freddy's first movie because I think I was a little bit scared for it, honestly. I don't know why they had to. Something tells me it's just because Five Nights at Freddy fans are probably making that money for that film. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, it's the same reason we're getting a Minecraft sequel. It comes down to the popular video game IPs.
So yeah, that film comes out December 2025.
Yeah.
Either way, like again, I don't think I'm gonna be watching it, honestly.
I'm not either.
So either way, this is just for all those who got announced for Five Nights at Freddy's. There's a new sequel movie coming out that's coming out in December. So.
Like I said, like this is for the kids and the diehard fans of Five Nights at Freddy's. It's for them.
All right. Last but not least, there's also this announcement for Wicked, the Wicked sequel called Wicked for Good. It will be coming out on November 1st, 2025. I mean, obviously, the one thing. Obviously, we want to see the continuation of the first movie because the first movie was absolutely an amazing gem. I loved it throughout the movie, even though it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
Yeah, and so I think we saved the best for last because, yes, Wicked is wickedly amazing. It's one of the best movies of that year.
It definitely was the best, really good movie last year. Thankfully, they are giving the sequel out this year. I can't wait to see how it ends.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the Wicked play itself, but I do think that they are going to have they're going to probably resemble like the play into the film. Because like I understood why they did that whole part 1, part 2. It is pretty much your intermission.
Yeah.
intermission. It's going to be a year-long intermission, and then part 2 is coming out. That's the whole entire play of Wicked.
Yeah, this movie is going to further demonstrate that, yes, Wicked was one of the most popular musicals for a reason. And The Wicked already showed that already, but Wicked for Good is going to further emphasize it.
Well, it's the last part of Wicked. Yes.
It's the last part of Wicked.
I kind of want to see how Agrabah and, I forgot her name again. Shit. Giselle.
Giselle, yeah. Like the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch, like
how did they become Good Witch and Wicked Witch? Because how did Agrabah become the Wicked Witch of the West and then Wicked Witch of the East? Again, I forgot the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
shoot.
Like she found out about how like the Wizard of Oz is actually corrupt, about like how he's been using.
Well, I know that's the thing, but then still, Glinda still is with the Oz, and it's still like the Wicked. It's still like the.
It's pretty much from the
witch.
Friends to enemies storyline.
Like
sisters to enemies.
Now I kind of want to see how that all goes up in the end, because now after that, that's where Wizard of Oz comes in. Then you get to see Dorothy and the 3 folks that helped her.
Yeah, and I feel like Wicked for Good is going to further emphasize on the drama, further emphasize on the action. It's going to further emphasize on everything.
Yeah, by the way, thank you, Carmine, for actually putting out the right names. Elphaba and Galinda.
Elphaba and Galinda, yeah. So, anyway, so we all know that Wicked, not only is it a popular movie, but it's even an award-winning movie. Like, it won Academy Awards. And I think that Wicked for Good is also going to be nominated for a lot of Oscars. But what do you think?
I think it will, especially for a final movie. Maybe we're going to be looking for a nomination for Best Picture, but who knows if we'll win or not. But yeah, I think it's going to be looking great. I can't wait to see how this all ends.
Yeah, it's going to be an epic conclusion between the Wicked Witch and the Good Witch.
All right. There's some other movies that didn't get discussed, unfortunately, in CinemaCon. Megan 2.0 didn't get anything, did it?
Megan 2.0 was discussed. Nobody 2 was discussed. Bad Guys 2 was discussed, but I feel like with Bad Guys 2, we already went into detail about it.
Well, it's still a good hit movie to check out.
Yeah, and with Megan 2.0, Nobody 2, I haven't seen the first Nobody, and with Megan 2.0, I'm not familiar with that name, so I feel like with the ones that we've discussed, I feel like we gave more attention to that.
Right. Again, Bad Guys 2, I can't wait for. It is coming out this summer. Megan 2.0, I didn't watch the first Megan, but I heard Megan 2.0, they're going to make things a little bit lighter than a horror film that it was for Megan 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all I can say for now. But yeah, NBC Universal, honestly, looking good. I think it's looking good coming up for the company.
NBC Universal has already got some massive announcement hits, like, Wicked for Good especially.
Oh, yeah. I think this is going to be fine for them. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go over to another company that also that did their announcements too in CinemaCon. Warner Brothers Discovery. Oh, I know some haters. Some of you are probably going to hate them.
Yeah. Trust me, my fists are clenching as well.
Look. If anything, I do want to say this out loud and clear, that Coyote vs. Acme will be coming out. Not this year, though.
Thanks to catch up.
Now, the one thing that comes out on our minds is the new Superman movie coming out. They gave out a 5-minute sneak peek of the movie. What are your thoughts about that whole sneak peek?
Oh, it made me all the more hype for the Superman movie that is going to come out. I adored every single minute. From, Superman, like himself, like the casting was solid, all the way to the robots helping him. And then you get to see some Lex Luthor, some Lois Lane that was cast well. And then, of course, my favorite aspect is Crypto the dog.
I didn't expect Crypto to be in the movie because, I don't think I saw Crypto at all in like the new Superman movies, like Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman. Like, there's no Crypto reference at all.
Yeah, there's no Crypto in the live action Superman movies. This is the first one, and let me tell you, he already delivers. Like, that dog is so adorable.
I know, it's
adorable. He's so helpful. He is the definition of man's best friend. Superman's best friend.
I mean, yeah, we know about Crypto the super dog, that he was the dog for Superman. One thing that attracted me was the fact that the house that Superman has.
Yeah,
like that's where he lives. Yes,
it's Superman's home. We get to see where Superman lives. He lives in like this ice cube. Like
it's like this ice mansion or something. I remember that was his house. Although I was kind of like weirded out with the robots. Like, were the robots that helped him out?
I can't say for sure whether or not there were robots, but either way, the robots are really cool. How they helped Superman. They're pretty much his servants.
I also get to see the humor that also comes in as well, because I know this is James Gunn, and there are some humor that comes to his movies as well. So
Yeah, you could tell through and through, like, this is a James Gunn movie.
Yeah, thank God that he's actually working on this because it does look epic as heck. The casting looks to be perfect. What is it? I got no complaints here. I think this is going to be a good hit movie for the summer.
Yeah, the casting is solid. The humor is pretty spot on. The action is very promising. I'm very excited for this James Gunn verse. Like, the DC Studios is promising. Mm-hmm. I feel it's going to make up for DCU.
This will definitely help DCU out of its rut, hopefully. Yeah. Well, we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Superman does come out July 11th, 2025. Yep, that's going to be one thing to hype up about. Another movie that also came out from Warner Bros. Discovery is Mortal Kombat 2. That'll be coming out October 24th, 2025. How excited are you for the new Mortal Kombat movie?
I haven't really watched any of the Mortal Kombat movies or played any of the games, but I do know that it is a hit video game amongst Mortal Kombat fans. That's a dedicated fan base, but I am somewhat curious to check out the action of Mortal Kombat because I have heard that the action sequences in the Mortal Kombat movies and games are spot on.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool that they have the Mortal Kombat folks come in. I can't wait to see like what characters are going to be referenced in Mortal Kombat. And who knows if there's going to be some real ass gore stuff happening. Finish him! Take out his heart. Or take out his spine. You know, it'd be so graphic, honestly, if we get to see that kind of thing.
You know for a fact that they're going to save that particular scene for the climax. Like how they're going to conclude the movie. Not conclude the movie, but like conclude its big action sequence is a finish him sequence.
Yeah, they're going to have a finish him sequence or something. But yes, Mortal Kombat 2. I played the games when it was on console boxes and stuff like that, but I didn't know they're going to make a 2. But either way, there is a 2 coming out for Mortal Kombat. That's coming out in November 2025. So get ready for that. Then the next thing they announced was F1.
Yeah.
So F1 is going to have a movie. Now, F1 is currently happening right now. Racing has been happening all over the world. F1 is absolutely popular recently in the big franchise. But this movie is going to have Brad Pitt. Comes out in June 27, 2025. How excited are you? How excited are you for this particular film?
I don't really watch much, racing, but I am familiar with F1 and how popular it is. And it is a coincidence that this movie is being released at a time where Formula One racing is currently happening. So, yeah, I would imagine
all the teams from F1 going to be like getting a free ticket to watch it, honestly. But it is an interesting story about like how a driver went through a horrible crash and got forced into retirement. And then they made this team for the F1. F1 league.
When I saw the plot line, the first thing I thought to myself was that this is straight up legit Cars 3. Like this is the plot. How do they? One thing you don't do is rip off a freaking Cars movie like Cars 3. Like what is this? Like
okay, to be fair, this kind of felt like Gran Turismo too. From the way I'm seeing the plot line, yes, a racer did go through a horrible accident, but in the end, he ended up doing well in a Grand Prix, and he's now one of the best racers in the Grand Prix.
So that's what I mean. Like, it's this cliche racing movie, and I think that's what kind of turns me off from the movie.
I have a feeling... Oh, you're not going to watch it?
No, I am going to watch it, but I'm saying there was potential for a better plot line for an F1
movie. No. I feel like it's going to be a pretty good one. I like how this whole story looks to be of a retired person that's going to look back into maybe racing into F1 again, making a team and stuff like that. F1 is a great franchise to watch. It's on ESPN every night on Saturdays. So I'm a big Ferrari team member myself. Go Lewis Hamilton. Be a good racer as you are for Ferrari. Thank you for jumping off of Mercedes going into F1. going into Ferrari. God, I'm getting my names wrong here anyways. Yeah. But no, I mean I love seeing how F1 goes. I can't wait to see how this film is going to be. So I'm ready to watch this one in June.
Like I'll watch this for 2 reasons. One, I am a fan of Brad Pitt, and number 2, I'll watch it for the racing sequences. But I'm not gonna go in expecting like a grand plot or something that great of a storyline. It's because it's going to be cliched at the end of the day, but I'm just going to watch it for the fun racing.
But we'll see how things go. But again, I can't wait for the F1 movie.
Yeah.
We'll go quickly on these next movies because apparently the Dr. Seuss universe is coming to Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yeah, so apparently...
Wait. I thought Universal has the rights to Dr. Seuss.
No, but I've seen the Warner Brothers, and apparently, like, they want to have their own take on the Seussiverse as well.
That's weird, because I remember Universal have the take for it. What? Wait. Dr. Seuss is now with Warner Brothers. Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah. So pretty much what happened is that like the Dr. Seuss movies are going to be released from Warner Brothers, like both the Cat in the Hat and all the places you'll go. Yeah.
What? Okay.
I know the last time we've seen an animated Dr. Seuss movie is from Illumination.
Yes, and that's the Universal.
Entertainment.
Yeah, that's Universal. And now Warner Brothers just has Cat in the Hat in all the places you go.
Yeah, I don't know how Dr. Seuss got from Illumination, like got from Universal to Warner Bros. It's something that I have to do research on, but either way, we got Warner Brothers, Dr. Seuss.
Well, either way, there is a brand new animated movie for from Dr. Seuss going to Warner Brothers called The Cat in the Hat. Your first thoughts about it when you heard the news about it?
When I first heard that there was going to be a brand new Cat in the Hat movie, I thought to myself, okay, this is something that's definitely needed because Cat in the Hat needs to be redeemed in movie form from the Mike Myers live action one.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Because we all know how disastrous that movie was. Like, Mike Myers as Cat in the Hat looked so ugly. He looked so ugly. And so I thought that the Cat in the Hat movie works much better in animated form.
Of course it is, because I remember watching the old cartoon for Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat, and it looked great.
The classic cartoon had its charm. It had, such a, likable, down-to-earth personality,
Yeah. Bill Hader is going to be the voice of the Cat in the Hat. They do have other stars that are also in this, including Quinta Brunson, Bowen Yang, Matt Berry, and Paul Bell. Either way, I do feel like Bill Hader might do a really good job. I mean, I heard that, Bill Hader, he's a real good actor. He's from SNL. He's a great comedian. Him voicing the Cat in the Hat, I feel like he has a good chance of doing a good job with it.
Yeah, and especially he's had not just the fact that he's a good actor, but he's had experience in voicing an animated movies before. Look at Fear from Inside Out. So this is his, another shot in him voicing an iconic character in an animated movie.
I think he'll do well. I think, again, he'll do well. It is going to be a while till they make that film, but I do think that we're kind of going on the track of making Dr. Seuss movies animated in Warner Bros. Discovery, so I'm on with it. I'm okay with it.
I think that this is the right way to do a Cat in the Hat movie from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. Besides that, we are still continuing on with Dr. Seuss's universe here because All of the Places You Go is also coming out from Warner Bros. Discovery, and it is going to come out in 2028. Have you read that book, by the way?
I remember reading that book once when I was a kid. I thoroughly enjoyed it because Dr. Seuss books, some of them were a part of my childhood. This Cat in the Hat and the Grinch.
I wonder how it's going to go because this thing, All the Places You Go, is more of like a future book or something. Because like you read that book and you're like, oh, cool. Now you're looking to a positive future.
I trust that they're going to take the experimental route in terms of its animation and storytelling while staying true to the book.
I'm wondering how they're going to focus on that one guy because it just, just walks along a path or something.
Yeah, I think that they're going to give the character a compelling story arc in him just, exploring, just traveling, going to places, because all places you go.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So I trust that they're going to build upon it, and also especially the setting, they got to get it right, because they got to make each and every single place that the character goes through appealing to look at, make it, something you want to explore yourself.
This is going to come out in 2028, so yeah, we do have some time for it to be animated and make sure it actually goes well. Yeah. But this actually could be a good future movie for folks that graduate, for example, because people are given that book when they graduate and stuff. So it's kind of like a cool thing for people to learn,
I actually remember getting a congratulations graduation Hallmark card when I was graduating from high school. I opened it up, All the Places You Go, and then I open it up, and then it has that sound in which it's pretty much a narrator pretty much reciting the lines from All Places You'll Go.
Nice. Do you expect to see more Dr. Seuss properties being part of Warner Bros. Discovery?
I actually hope that there will be another animated Grinch movie because, they need to redeem themselves after.
Do you think there'll be another Grinch movie? I don't know.
I don't think it's necessary, but if they do it, there's already enough Grinch movies. But if they do it, it's got to be better than the last Grinch movie from Illumination.
You also did put down Green Eggs and Ham. Did they make an animated series?
Netflix did make a Green Eggs and Ham series, but given the fact that this is Warner Brothers' take on the tale Green Eggs and Ham, I trust that they'll do something different with it.
I don't know if it's necessary if they already have an animated series.
There's been multiple adaptations of one singular Dr. Seuss book before.
Yeah,
so,
but to have it from an animated series to a movie that fast. Because remember, it took a while for Dr. Seuss the Cat in the Hat to actually make a animated movie. You know.
To be fair, there like you said, there has been a long span of time in between one adaptation and another.
Yeah.
And so
I think if anything, let's just keep it with these two. Like, I don't want to experiment more with Dr. Seuss's other properties. Yeah. Maybe Horton Hears a Who, even though they already made an animated film for it. Again, who knows? We might have another Lorax movie. You don't want that.
Oh God, the last thing I want to see is Danny DeVito reprise his role.
No. I mean, if anything, just keep it with these movies for now, and maybe, who knows, if it's successful, they might go for the other Dr. Seuss franchises, but make sure it's other franchises that have not been touched yet. So, like, all the places you go in and the Cat in the Hat makes sense. I don't want them to make another remake of Horton Hears a Who or the Lorax here.
Yeah, there's got to be, it would be really interesting if they tackle Dr. Seuss books that they haven't tackled before. Like, for example, the Red Sox one. You remember the Red Sox Dr. Seuss book?
I don't remember that, actually.
Yeah, like there are other Dr. Seuss books that I still have yet to read that could be adapted. Hopefully they'll be adapted.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, that'll be a good one. There are 3 more movies that we're going to be listing down that's coming out from Warner Bros. Discovery. Well, the Flintstones is coming back, guys. How do you feel about that?
Meet the Flintstones. So it's been years since we've gotten a Flintstones movie. The last time there was a Flintstones movie was a live action Flintstones with John Goodman as Fred.
That was like back in the 90s, right?
It was back in the 90s. So with them making a Flintstones movie, it does somewhat make sense because it's been a while since we had a Flintstones movie adaptation, years and years and years. So I feel like this is the right time to do it.
Oh, it has been a while, to say the least, and it would be cool to actually bring back the franchise of the Flintstones. Like, yeah, it has been a while since we've seen the Flintstones, and it's good to see. This is a live action, right?
The Flintstones.
Meet the Flintstones.
Meet the Flintstones is animated.
It's animated. Oh, so it's different. Okay, then it might actually work out. If you haven't seen the Flintstones in quite a while, I would love to see how they animate the Flintstones. It ain't gonna be the same 2D Hanna-Barbera style that we've seen before, but again, I'd love to see the franchise come back again. It's been a long time since we've seen the family from Bedrock.
Yeah, you know, like it's been a while since we've seen the Modern Stone Age family.
And who knows, we might actually see the Jetsons soon.
Oh gosh, imagine if they had some sort of like Jetsons cameo in Meet the Flintstones, or better yet, have a Meet the Jetsons movie sometime in the future.
Maybe, but again, like, let's see how this works for the Hanna-Barbera franchise. Dynamic Duo is also coming out in 2028, a puppet animated DC movie. What?
Yeah, so apparently not only is the Dynamic Duo movie like the Robins, they're not
wait, the Robins are having a movie. What?
Yeah, not only is it going to be animated, it's going to be puppeted animation.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's
what kind of movie is this going to be?
That's something I didn't expect to see, but then again, I've always wanted to see a tale between the 2 Robins, which are Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, because Dick Grayson.
How is that going to work? Because aren't they like in different universes or something?
It's a friendship between the 2, and I think that you know how the DC is multiple universes? They call it DC Extended Universe for a reason.
Yes.
This movie is going to explore what happens if Dick Grayson and Jason Todd work together side by side, but then they go their own separate paths. Because Dick Grayson has always been loyal to Batman from start to finish, whereas Jason Todd went his own path.
Okay, so it's an interesting little take there. A puppet animation route. Isn't that supposed to be like claymation? How do you make a puppet animation like movie?
I think that
is it supposed to be like Paranorman or like Coraline, something like that.
Usually, puppetry animation. Some puppetry animation does look to be stop motion form, like it has that stop motion aesthetic.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. I mean, if it's gonna be like stop motion, that'd be cool. Maybe see another Coraline movie or something like that.
Yeah, it'd be more fitting as opposed to having a Muppet style sort of dynamic duo, because.
No, I mean, if you're going to be dealing with humans, I don't think puppetry works with that.
And plus, when you talk about the DC characters like Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, stop motion is the way to go.
Well, we'll see how it... Are you sure about that? Why not animated?
Like, I thought that it was going to be animated, like, stylized or 3D.
I prefer it to be like, Batman, Cape Crusader, that kind of animation style. But They're having a different animation style, like puppetry, is an interesting take that they're doing here.
That's what I've heard that they're going to do. Like, there's a source that says it, and we have no choice but to take the word for it. And you know what? We haven't even seen the look of it yet.
No, because it's like 2028. We have like 3 years to figure out.
So we don't even know what it's going to look like yet.
Right. So I don't know. I think that's an interesting take for this movie to come out. But again, I hope you know what you're doing, Warner Brothers, Disney, Warner Brothers, and DC.
I mean, not that you always know what you're doing, let's be honest, but in some cases, you do pull off quite a miracle.
All right. Then last but not least, we want to talk about this movie that is also coming out for Warner Bros. Discovery. Well, Tom and Jerry's coming back. Wait a minute. Tom and Jerry is coming back. I remember in 2021, they just made a Tom and Jerry film.
Third time's a charm, I guess? Third time's a charm?
I can't wait to see Colin Jost again.
I'm sorry.
I don't get it. Like, first off, the Tom and Jerry film in 2021 was just, I get it. It was mostly about Tom and Jerry, but the humans didn't really do much.
It was already bad enough. The Tom and Jerry 2021 movie was already bad enough. And especially with the 1990s, Tom and Jerry didn't age well at all, especially when they talk. They don't talk. Why do we need the third Tom and Jerry movie? Why?
Well, here's my thing. Is it fully animated? Or is it also fully animated with live action or something?
I haven't looked at the details yet, but either way, we're looking at something of a three strikes are out.
Here's my thing. If it's fully animated, maybe we'll have a chance. But if it's animated with like live action actors, are we going to have another disaster like 2021? I really hope not.
We already had a fully animated Tom and Jerry movie in the 1990s, and that didn't work. So it's bad either way. It's bad no matter.
I think if anything, like, keep the humor of Tom and Jerry. Maybe like I don't know. They made so many Tom and Jerry movies. Honestly, like.
First of all, don't have them talk, okay? Tom and Jerry
They never talked. They did never talk.
They never talked in the 1990s movie.
Yeah, they never talked in the 2021 either. 21 too.
That's the one thing that I'll give 2021 movie credit for. Tom and Jerry didn't talk, unlike the 90s movie, which actually did talk,
yeah, again, I don't know why they did that. Either way, 2021, they didn't talk. It was just Tom and Jerry doing their shenanigans, as well as, like, was a couple of humans that were there.
But the problem with Tom and Jerry movies is that, like, rather than them focusing on Tom and Jerry, they tend to focus on human characters, rather be that orphan from the 1990s movie or Chloe Grace Moretz in Tom and Jerry 2021. The problem is that Tom and Jerry always feel like side characters in comparison to them being main characters.
Yeah, you might be right, but either way, that they did focus mostly on Tom and Jerry in 2021. They were the main focus, yes.
There were some chase scenes here and there, but there were times where the focus was taken away from Tom and Jerry to focus on human characters we don't care about.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know. Like, I do think that I giving hope for them because Tom and Jerry was a classic cartoon I grew up with. Same with Looney Tunes. So who knows how it goes. I do think that this might go well. It is a long way to go to actually say it will go bad. So maybe in 2 years, I'll probably say, like, this is probably not going to be good at all, but we'll see.
Yeah, the Tom and Jerry classic cartoons hold a special place in my heart, and I hate to see it get tarnished. So
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It is going to take a while. It have many years to come for Tom and Jerry, but the fact that we're going to have a brand new movie kind of gives us hope, gives us doubt. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, next but not least, we have two more companies to go through before we end our episode. But this one we're going to go really quickly because we did talk about this in our D23 review.
Yeah.
Walt Disney. So Walt Disney Studios did come out on Wednesday during Cinemacon last week. They gave out the 2025 slate that includes Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, the Marvel Studios films, Zootopia 2, which is the Disney animation one, Avatar Fire and Ash, The Amateur, which is with Rami Malek, Lilo and Stitch live action, Elio from Pixar, Freakier Friday from Disney, Tron Ares from Disney, and then a couple of other movies, Predator Badlands, Ella McKay, The Roses, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Actually, to be honest, we never actually got any news from Predator, Ella McKay, Roses, or Deliver Me From Nowhere.
Yeah, but all you gotta know is that the last four we mentioned are from 20th Century Studios, so it comes from like Disney's other links, other properties. So
also, have you actually watched the Predator movies?
Watch the what?
Predator movies.
I haven't watched any of the Predator movies, but I want to give it a shout out.
This one is probably going to be good.
I know for a fact that Predator is a popular movie franchise, so yeah.
Okay, here's the thing about it. Remember, Disney continues to work on Alien movies, right? So it's a lot of Alien movies, right? Alien franchise. There's a new Alien series coming out on FX. There's an Alien movie coming out that already came out, and it was really good.
Romulus, yeah. I remember that.
And that was really good. now Predator is coming out. And I'm like, okay, good. Because I remember there was movie, there were a lot of people that like, Alien versus Predator, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like these are two really popular franchises, and so it's nice to see more, installments, more works, amongst Alien and Predator, because they are two rather popular movie franchises.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna be excited about this. I can't wait to see how they like remake Predator, because that's an intense movie itself, by the way. Like, if you're talking about like horror with creatures and stuff like that, Alien and Predator are really good franchises. So
yeah, like I've seen like a few Alien movies. I haven't seen any of the Predator movies, but I'll definitely be down to check out the newest Predator movie, just for a good movie time.
Yeah. So I'll give a shout out to the person who actually pointed it out. The Tom and Jerry movie is actually fully animated.
Okay, nice. All right, the Tom and Jerry movie is fully animated. But it goes back to what I was saying of it being 50-50.
Again, it's still a long way to go for it. All right, so from the 2025 slate of Disney studio films, which ones are you looking forward to?
The ones I'm looking forward to most, like the Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are interesting looking movies, even though MCU has already ran its course.
I don't think so.
No?
Fantastic Four looks hella promising.
Like there actually are, even after Endgame, there are some few gems here and there that have come out, and Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts could be those gems.
Yes, I do think both of them are going to look great. Thunderbolts look funny, and also Fantastic Four. Like, don't mess out on that, because a lot of people are saying that's a big promise for them.
Yeah, if anything, like out of all the MCU movies this year, Fantastic Four is the one I'm hyped for the most.
Okay.
Because I feel like they got everything down in terms of the Marvel's first family.
Right.
They do feel like a family here.
Right.
And also, Freakier Friday, because Freaky Friday is part of my childhood. I'm curious to see how they're going to tackle Freakier Friday.
How can you do it when you have two more characters in there?
Yeah, you have these two more kids, and while it's not going to be as good as the first, I don't think it is, but we'll see how it goes. I'm curious to see how they're going to do with the four main characters as opposed to the two.
Right, like they're all switching all together or something.
Avatar Fire and Ash is all the hype. I've enjoyed the previous two Avatar movies, and so I'm going to this, for escapism and the world building.
Okay.
And, Lilo and Stitch live action looks more appealing than I give it credit for.
To the guy that hated it at first.
I did at first. I thought it was unnecessary. I still think it's a bit unnecessary. But when I look at the trailer, I think to myself, I'm so immersed in the whole.
Sorry, Lilo actually looks precious, and she looks like the Lilo that we loved in the animated series.
I was actually immersed in the Hawaiian atmosphere. I was immersed in live action Lilo. She is cute as a button. And then of course live action Stitch. They actually got Stitch all the way down to a T, from the character design to the voice. Like, you do see Stitch.
The original voice actor is coming back for this movie.
Like, this legit feels like Stitch. So something about live action Lilo and Stitch, got me thinking, I'm curious about this. I'm actually willing to go see it in theaters. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, there you go. See, now, this guy who hates live action remakes.
I hate live action, but I do believe there is like one gem to come out every once in a while.
Sure.
Between Jungle Book and possibly this.
Okay, all right, we'll see. Out of all the movies that I'm seeing, obviously the MCU movies I can't wait for. Zootopia 2, by the way. I can't wait for it. It has been a while since we've seen the latest Zootopia film, and I believe we're going to have a hit with this one. Because it has been a while. I can't wait to see what the future holds between, Judy and the fox. Let's see. Avatar, obviously, it was so good, the second movie. Can't wait for the third movie now.
Yes.
It's going to be fire, which is going to be fun. Lilo and Stitch, I can't wait for. Tron Ares, I can't wait for. It has been a while since we've seen the latest Tron movie. I do love the fact that they have Nine Inch Nails doing the music this time. It does suck it's not that punk anymore, but I want to see how Nine Inch Nails works with it, because the soundtrack of Tron is always badass. And I know that people are gonna be freaking out because Jared Leto's in it, but I'm gonna pass that. And I do think, again, this looks like an epic movie that Disney needs. And yes, Tron has been a great franchise, and I believe it's gonna go well. Yeah. But well, what else besides that?
I think like Elio.
Elio for sure.
I'm hoping Elio is good. I'm
just because I really want Pixar to go back to originality, and I do think it'll work out for them. We'll see.
Yeah, I hopefully.
I think that's all I can say for Walt Disney Studios. Don't have anything else to say.
Nothing much I want to say except that, I do wish the best for each and every single one of these movies. I'm more hyped for some than others.
Okay. Right, last but not least, let's go to the last studio that also presented at Cinemacon, Paramount. First off, okay, I thought we were talking about Avatar series, the new series for Avatar. Now apparently we have a movie for Avatar as well.
Yeah, we're hopping from one Avatar project to another.
So now there's a new Avatar movie called Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender. How excited are you about this one?
Very hyped. Like, we've been waiting to, see a, follow-up to Avatar Last Airbender. I mean, we already got with Korra, but I'm talking about in which Team Avatar has grown into young adults.
So it's literally what happened after Avatar: The Last Airbender?
It's what happened, like, some years after The Last Airbender has passed, in which they're fully grown adults doing their own thing. I'm just like, we've been waiting for that kind of story to happen. We finally got it.
Yeah, well, here we go. This is actually going to be like fun. I don't know what's going on with Avatar Studios, but it feels like we're always getting new stuff from Avatar, like a new continuing story about Aang and a new story that happened after Korra.
Yeah, we're getting new shows and movies, and for good reason. The world building of Avatar: Last Airbender is so rich and full of detail. There's so much you can explore with it.
Indeed. So yeah, that movie is coming out January 30th, 2026. Ooh, that's gonna be a good hype movie for winter time.
Yes.
Paw Patrol, the Dino movie, is also coming out July 31st, 2026. Again, I don't care. I'm not a big fan of Paw Patrol.
Yeah, neither am I. Like, it's not for us, but it's definitely for families, and especially if they have little kids that are into Paw Patrol.
I don't think they're gonna be as hyped as Minecraft movie. Okay, I don't see them popping up their popcorn or throwing away their drinks or something like that.
No, but you could tell that the kids are gonna cheer whenever they hear a name or see a character.
Whenever they see their dogs. Yeah. Oh, Rumble! Oh my god!
Like, whether it's intended for us or not, you gotta admit, Paw Patrol is a popular franchise, and so I thought I'd bring this up because there are kids especially that are into Paw Patrol, so it's for them.
Yeah, let them have their fun.
Let them have their fun. Yeah.
All right. There's also going to be a sequel to TMNT Mutant Mayhem, which, to be fair, I've been waiting for that. Mutant Mayhem was a really good film, and in the end of Mutant Mayhem, we do get to see that Shredder is going to come to the sequel. So, and it is their main villain. Shredder is their main villain for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And that's what's going to make the sequel all the more promising and possibly epic, is that it's Shredder. Shredder's going to steal the show.
I think so. So I can't wait for this. Coming out October 9, 2026, so it's going to be another year till this movie comes out, but I do have hope for them, especially with those folks that are, especially the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles who are currently voicing right now. I think they still have the voices. If it's going to be as, young as them, then I think we're going to have a good hit with this movie again.
Yeah, one thing I liked about the Mutant Mayhem is that these turtles felt like real teenagers. Mm-hmm. Like, they got the voice acting right, the personalities right.
Right. So yeah, TMNT is coming out October 9, 2026. The next movie we want to discuss is no surprise here. The next SpongeBob SquarePants movie is coming out, Search for SquarePants. Tom Kenny and Mark Hamill came to the stage to promote the movie. And apparently it's revealed that SpongeBob likes listening to Snoop Dogg. Okay, what's happening with this SpongeBob
I'm not kidding. Like, that's actually, when I saw the video that you sent me, like, he actually said that apparently, like, there's this Snoop Dogg love coming from the SpongeBob movie. I thought, that's really random. Like,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay, I don't get it. I mean, I haven't seen the third movie, which is, like, the Sponge on the Run movie. And to be fair, like, I don't think this... Look, this is going to be the fourth SpongeBob movie coming out. It will have Mark Hamill being the Flying Dutchman. So there's that. I don't know. Like, are you excited for it? I don't know.
Honestly, after the third Sponge on the Run movie, that's when I was done with SpongeBob movies overall.
Well, they're making a new one, so...
They're making a new one, and like, I'll be real. Not even Mark Hamill will get me to see this immediately.
What can make this, like... appeal out for me? Like, what could make this appeal to me? What can make it work? I don't know, because it's supposed to be like old school SpongeBob. I remember the second movie did a really good job because it had the 2D animation SpongeBob with a 3D animation live action sequence, which I thought was also pretty smart for them. But then the third movie came out for SpongeBob and it was like all CGI animated, and I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, and not only that, but the story itself was not fresh. It felt like more like a ripoff of one of the SpongeBob episodes, because there's one in which SpongeBob, you guessed it, was trying to find Gary as well.
So I heard this whole Search for SquarePants. I don't know. How the Flying Dutchman. It probably would be like a treasure hunt thing. I don't know. But I feel like it's going to be another fully animated SpongeBob film.
Yeah, I'm saying if you have Mark Hamill voicing the Flying Dutchman, you better deliver a damn good SpongeBob
And who knows
movie.
what other celebrities will come up. I mean, you had Keanu Reeves in the last movie, Snoop Dogg in the last movie. What else? Who else will pop up in the next SpongeBob film?
You never know. It could either be a surprise or they're just gonna blatantly show it in the trailer. Kind of like how you saw David Hasselhoff in the trailer of the SpongeBob movie, the first movie.
Yeah.
I think chances are they're gonna take the same route when it comes to the reveal of Search for SquarePants.
Yeah, maybe, but either way. That is going to come out December 19th of this year. So during the wintertime, you'll be having fun with SpongeBob. And then
I need to see more of this before I can determine myself.
And then last but not least, there's also the Smurfs movie that's also coming out on in the summertime this year.
Yeah.
The new trailer shows Smurfette played by Rihanna having a good time in her village with the other Smurfs, with all of a sudden the flower sucks them in and transfers them to a real world. This reminds me of the old Smurfs movie before with Katy Perry as Smurfette.
So this is why that already, like, by the trailer alone, this movie fails to impress me. Is that it's a rehash of yet an already existing Smurfs movie.
I think one thing that for certain is that the Smurfs actually look better in Paramount's version, not Sony Pictures version.
Yeah, now, the stylized animation of the Smurfs does look good. I will say they got the stylized animation of Smurfs down to a T. But again, it all comes down to style over substance.
Mm-hmm. This comes out this summer, and I did agree with my friend Jess. We're not looking forward to it. It doesn't look great. I kind of wonder, because it is in the human world, why don't we actually see humans in the trailers?
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I think it's possibly because they're leaving as a surprise
for
the next trailer.
Are we gonna see what was it, Neil Patrick Harris again? Is that what we're gonna?
God no, God no. I like Neil Patrick Harris, but no, never again. He's so great.
I don't know who else could be popping up in this movie, but
I mean, it's going to be a different actor, but even with a different actor, I still feel like the Smurfs movie plot kind of fails.
I think one thing is for certain: Rihanna as Smurfette works, because I think she's great voicing Smurfette from the way I'm seeing the trailers and all.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know that she's the lead right now in the movie, so.
I mean, Rihanna does a decent job in voicing Smurfette, but I hope that they didn't cast her just for her name. I hope that they casted her just because she does well in the performance.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I think Again, this comes out this summer. Again, I don't see myself seeing it, but the Smurfs movie is its own thing, if anything. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much all of the announcements that we can bring up for Cinemacon. What movies excite you the most coming forward in the future?
Oh, obviously the Last Airbender movie. I am super hyped for. That's my number one go-to. Another thing I'm really hyped for is the John Wick animated prequel above everything else.
Versus the other John Wick movies coming out, John Wick 5 and another spin-off movie.
Okay, the spin-off movies, they could go either way, but no, we did not need a John Wick 5. And this comes from someone who's a big fan of John Wick. And I'm curious about how they're going to do the Seussiverse. I wonder if they're going to do Dr. Seuss justice. I'm really hoping so.
Yeah, Warner Bros. Discovery has a good lineup coming up. I mean, especially the Superman movie. So.
Oh, and of course, one of my most hyped, the Superman movie. Of course, the Superman movie. And it helps with the 5-minute sneak peek preview.
The sneak peek, I saw that during the Minecraft movie, and the sneak peek already gets me excited for me to watch it.
Maybe all the more hyped. Like, one of the most hyped of this year. And, of course, the new Wicked movie.
Wicked movie. Yeah, I can't wait for that one, too.
The new Wicked movie is going to be big. I'm all hyped for it.
All right, so one thing that I am for certain can't wait for, I mean, the fact that we got confirmation of a new Zelda film.
Yes.
So that one, we got confirmation. I can't wait for that movie to come out. I'm a huge F1 fan myself, so I can't wait to see how Brad Pitt portrays F1 in that film. What you said also, this is looking pretty good as well, with Marvel Studios having Marvel Studios having those two movies coming out, Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four. And of course, you have Elio and Zootopia 2 for all the animation fans. I think those two movies are going to be looking promising. Let's see. I'm trying to look for all the notes that we've got here. But yeah, Wicked looks great. Superman looks amazing. I don't really care about the Seussiverse because, it's mostly aimed for kids. But yeah.
No, but there's a way you can make Dr. Seuss work. I'm curious to see how Warner Bros. Is going to tackle the animation, stylized, and also are they going to make it stylized? How are they going to present the animated movies, both aesthetic-wise and story-wise?
Yeah. I again can't really say much about it. What's it? And Paramount, the Legend of Aang movie probably would be the one that we'll probably look forward to.
Yes.
All right. I think that's pretty much it for our episode today. I don't have nothing else to say unless you have something else to bring up for Cinemacon.
Oh, there's so much we wanted to explore in terms of Cinemacon, but I feel like for the sake of runtime and for the sake of talking about these in full length, I feel like we tackled the most important news. But no, there's actually much more that was to come from Cinemacon, and we're very excited for all the announcement to come from these studios.
I can't wait for this because it's just more news coming out from these great Hollywood studios. This looks to be great for films in theaters.
Yes.
My issue now is, can we get people to go to the theaters?
Hopefully. Oh, and also, of course, Beyond the Spider-Verse is also number one in our list.
Oh, that one too. Yeah. I
Number
forgot
one
to put
on
that
our
on our
list.
list. Yeah, for sure. All right. My phone's dead now. Just heading up there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for our episode, by the way. Yeah, we did run past our 2-hour time limit here. Which is okay. We can be able to just cut up some stuff here and there. But thank you guys for watching. We have a new episode coming up next week. We're going to be talking about a convention that I'll be going to next week. Can't wait to meet up with the folks there. But yeah, that's all I can say for now. Again, we'll have some more new animation whenever it comes into our studio here. But in the meantime, if you guys love the episode, make sure you guys follow us on our socials from Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you also, speaking of YouTube, you also follow us on YouTube as well. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and also hit the bell button to be notified when we'll be coming on next. I do plan to put up brand new videos for our channel here. But in the meantime, we are still doing new episodes every Wednesday here on the Anination podcast.
Yeah, we want to say thank you so much for listening, and thank you all so much for watching. And we know that this episode was in so much great length. But like I said, it's due to Cinemacon delivering so much.
It's giving out good stuff. All right. But anyways, thank you guys for very much seeing the episode. We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
See you all next Wednesday.
Bye.
Yeah.
My phone literally died.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Blame Cinemacon. Well, not blame Cinemacon, but more like, we know why.
Yeah.
There's so much.